with the Matt Mercer effect. This is the Les Hostetler effect.
This is the Les Hostetler effect. My recaps are the thing of legend. No, so speaking of, was there any questions on any of that material, or any clarifications needed or anything like that before we just jump the fuck right in?
You know, I'm grateful for it because I had completely spaced most of it.
I think it's going to be handy, if only for the fact that since we've sort of staggered this out where it's like one time for each game is going to be one time a month. I think that's a little bit, if it's like every other week or something like that, I mean, you can kind of remember and that kind of stuff, but once a month, I think it's going to be important to have a recap. Plus it gives me the opportunity to sort of put in, so I put in a lot of extra stuff, and after I sent it, I was like, oh, I should have added these, and there really should be a primer on the guys in Seaquen and that kind of stuff, and I'm like, there's the voice in my head going, Les, you wrote 1,000 words on the recap, I think it's probably okay. You could put all that in a secondary email. So I started.
How many column inches is that?
I don't know, a fair amount though. Probably 1,000 words would be 2.5 to 3 normal notebook pages at 10 or 11 point, double spaced. Column inch wise, 16 to 18 column inches.
Wow.
So
Man,
somewhere
you still
in there.
remember your stuff.
I still got a pica ruler around here somewhere, a metal pica ruler. So I never throw out anything.
Well, we're still friends with you, so yeah, you sure don't.
Okay. All right. So, well, if that's the case, then let's just jump right into round 2. You guys, as you can see, you have a couple of these like crab-like fish creatures. Let me just pop these on screen for you, get you a hot look at them. So they kind of look like crabs and snails kind of combined with spikes. They're very weird. You don't see any eyes or anything, but they don't seem to have much problem biting you guys. Immediately previously, you guys, they sort of came out of the water. So the water in here was 4 feet deep. They came out of the water and started grabbing people. One of them grabbed Ono. Vondram in the last act sort of, well, she didn't sort of, he actually cast a 30-foot pit, and all that extra water just sort of flowed in there. You guys were almost kind of brought in with it and toppled off your feet, but the creature managed to, well, it let go of Onos because it could get like its crab feet around so that it didn't get sucked into the pit with the rest of the water. That pit is now probably 3/4 of the way full of water, but most of the water in this room has now sort of left, and the ground is covered in that gross, fairly smelly river mud that gets all over everything. So it's a little slippery. If you do anything crazy, you might have to make an acrobatics check, but it's at that point that we jump in to round 2. Any questions, comments, concerns? Calls for an even longer recap?
I don't see myself on the map.
You are, right?
I was going to say 15 pings.
As literally everyone pings you.
Yeah, you're like right in the middle. So you're next to this crab guy right here who had immediately previously, he had grabbed a hold of you.
And was roll 20. You got to switch on roll 20. That's what he's talking about.
I don't see myself on roll 20. I see me in Zoom. On roll 20, I see the base, bare, empty, sunken map. Should I?
Here, hold on. Let's try this.
Scroll right.
Oh, do you mean you?
Oh, here I am.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay,
Thank
cool.
you.
I just needed, you were on a different part of the map.
I was. Thank you. Got it. Okay.
That does that on purpose.
It's all part of my evil anti-Matt Mercer plan. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm kind of high needs tonight. I don't see
we could tell.
Order.
Why were you not in the turn order?
Should I roll?
I've got you here.
Okay.
But you're grayed out for some reason. Let's make sure that's.
Maybe I need to launch character.
No. You're online.
See how much of the world you mess up when you don't have a baby in your arms?
I know it. I know what your number is. So hold on. I'm just going to
18.
Yep, I'm going to reinsert him here.
Okay.
He said cautiously.
Crazy.
All right, there you go. Can you see now?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Everybody there?
Yes, sir.
We're golden?
I feel golden.
All right, it's Lorelei's turn first. She is up. Lorelei is behind this crab creature and has been, if I recall correctly, sort of flying around in this room back here. Is that accurate?
Yep, yeah, she was just scoping things out. And it looks
Okay.
like it's kind of a dead end there, like a storage area or something originally.
Yeah, it kind of is. It's yeah, like a storage area, and it was partially flooded up until a few moments ago.
Wasn't there like a
Um,
dead dude in there or something?
Yeah, there's a dead dude in there. Hold on, let me give you a better thing about that. Yeah, it used to be. It looks like it was storing clothing and things like that, like bedding and other supplies. That would be of use to a prison. Everything there is all rotted away and barely recognizable. And there's a little bit of a lot of this material. Some of it has gotten quite wet, and historically quite wet. So, and it's been sort of like pushed and molded into what looks to be some sort of nest. But there was over in the corner, there was a dead person.
I blame it on him.
Was there anyone we know?
Well, I guess if it looks like a nest, she might go search for bubbles, trinkets.
Trinkets. Okay, so she's going to go over there and sort of check that out. The nest area, I'll just block it off here for you. The nest, and I'm going to do this in black. Is right about right about there. Can you see that?
No.
That circle?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, that's where most and it's a nest in largely name only. This was there's a lot of like sort of crap sort of pushed together. I mean, it's a place where it could be that these crab-like creatures might have been able to sort of like settle in, but it's not a nest per se. If she wants to go and dig around in there, she certainly can.
Yeah, you want a perception check for that? Or
Please, I do.
I guess she'll check out the dead body while she's doing it too.
Okay.
Wow, 1 week.
24. All right, so go ahead and put her over by the dead body. The nest itself doesn't really have anything in it. It has a weird fishy smell to it that is pretty strong, much stronger than sort of the remaining area, and it overwhelms. There's a bit of a smell in here anyway because of the river mud, which has that. I mean, we live, for those of you who live here in St. Louis, you've smelled river mud before, so you know what it's like. And it has that kind of like shit smell a little bit. This is different from that. This is sort of like an oily kind of fishy smell a little bit that's in the thing, but there's nothing in there that looks to be of any worth. If she goes over to look at the dead person, he looks kind of tore up, not very great. It's possible that these creatures may have been eating on him periodically because a lot of his like his rib cage has been sort of cracked open, and a lot of his internal organs and guts have been removed and are not in evidence. But she does see there is one thing, and sort of covered in mud next to him and around his neck is what looks to be some sort of necklace.
A noose would have been better.
For him, maybe.
Okay, well, she will grab that.
Okay. It is it's not a necklace, it's a pendant. There is a sort of like the little clasp things that open up on it, and it has a little lock on it. It's covered in mud, but seems to be in good condition. Doesn't seem to be damaged in any way.
Okay. She'll wait to consult with full arm before she opens that up.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. That is probably her turn. So yes, let's go on to Wraith. Now, Wraith, you are standing next to one of these creatures. Your brother Arendar clocked it with his falcata and put a crack in its shell, and that angered it quite a bit. You've also been pegging arrows around, I think.
Well, I was gonna ask because my icon is kind of like halfway in between two squares.
Yeah, that's okay.
And I don't know if I did that on purpose. I don't think so, but at this point, am I within melee range of this creature? Or do I need, or do I need
Of-
to back up once more to be
Of this one?
outside? Yeah,
Yeah, you're in melee range. If you want to back up a little bit so you can get bow range without drawing an attack
Yeah.
of opportunity,
so
that would be the way to go.
I'll take a 5-foot step back. And then
Okay.
I'm going to shoot at it.
Don't miss, dude.
So that would actually be a 29 because I have flanking.
Okay,
So it's
29 is a hit.
4 points of damage, plus 8 sneak attack, plus 2
Ooh.
bleed.
Okay. So sadly, this creature does not have blood in the traditional sense, so it is immune to bleed, but it is not immune to precision damage.
As will every creature we meet from here on out.
No.
This campaign is like we're up to blood from now on.
Yeah, we're not fighting anything with blood. Damn all of you.
Fine, I'll throw some blood creatures in there, you big babies.
So no, 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. All right, yeah, you got him. All right, let me do that. Come on now. Give me. Here we go. All right. 12. Okay, yeah, the arrow finds a sort of crevice in between the snail shell and the things. You can hear it sort of like as it goes in and smashes through that corally substance, that crab shell. That's cluttering. You're pretty sure it got inside.
Okay.
All right. Anything else for you?
No, that's move and attack. That's all I got.
All right, cool. So my turn. All right, so it's still pissed at Arendar, even though it felt that. So the first one is going to continue to fight Arendar, but it's also going to do something to you as well. All right, so it's going to try and bite and claw on Arendar. So hold on un momentito. Gotta get my shit here. All right, so that is these fellas right here. All right, so the bite. I'm assuming that doesn't hit. And then the claw and the claw. 25 hit you?
Yes.
All right, so that's 6 + 3. Here we go. All right, so D6 + 3 damage as a claw grabs you. So 6 points. And it is not going to try and grapple you, because the next thing that it's going to do is it's going to squirt a big glart of ink backwards at Wraith and to an extent Vondram.
Wow.
So let's go ahead and get to that. And I'm going to do, hold on a sec.
So usually does that to cloud the water, but since there's no water, it's just kind of like peeing on.
It's just like, yep. Ooh, that's wrong. That can't be right. Hold on a second.
Holy crap.
That thing.
Oh,
needs
that's
to-
in the water. Okay, hold on a
Yeah.
second. It's a line. Never mind. Ignore that purple. Okay, it's a line. So, okay, so it won't get. All right, what is I'm going to do? I'm just going to draw a line. Let's do this. And it's going to be a gross black color. It's going to go right at you. All right. So it squirts that. I need a DC 16 reflex save.
24.
24. All right. You managed to turn away from this acrid ink that is now covering you. And Vondram, you might have got even splashed with a little bit of that stuff. You're lucky you didn't get it in your eyes, because you wipe it off and give it a little taste, and it's very acrid and bitter. If you'd have got that in your eyes, it would have been troublesome indeed. All right. So that attack didn't work. Okay. The other guy is going to try and, all right, so he's got to get out from atop this thing, because otherwise he's got a problem. So he is going to climb over to here, 5-foot step, and get out from the thing. And then he's going to try to bite. Oh no.
Me?
and miss. Yeah, you.
What did I do?
You standing there looking tasty is what you're doing.
Well, then, I'm winding up a shattering punch for him.
Boot him back into the pit.
Uh-huh.
All right, that is those guys. What pose up?
Okay, I got a quick question. When I was adding that pendant into the loot, I noticed a +6 breastplate of green dragon hide, which I'm assuming I took that, but I don't have it in my gear. Is that real?
I've got it.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
Yep.
You're using it?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
And it's not a +6. It's just 6 armor.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's non-magical.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would.
Magical.
I
It's like a
I don't-
+6, really?
I know I drink during these games, but I don't think I've ever drank that much.
No, whatever
Uh,
whatever the type of armor was, it gave
It's
us
a, it's
a
a
6
breastplate.
bonus.
It behaves like a
Right.
breastplate,
Yeah.
which is where you get the
All right.
+6 from, but it's
Yeah,
not.
okay.
But
All
it's
right,
not
well, I got it
actually,
down for Arendar now. Great.
yeah, it's not
Okay.
actually magic.
Never
Cool.
mind.
That sounds more like me, not actually magic.
Yeah.
That sounds like something I do. All right, Poe, you are up.
Okay, I'm going to attack it with my big pole arm.
Spear.
21 hit it?
Okay. 21 does hit.
Okay. Yeah.
9 points of spearage.
Nice.
Okay. Done. All right. Yeah, it didn't like that at all. But they're still pretty hefty. All right. Anything else you want to do?
No, I think I'm good right now. I can get
Oh.
both of them.
Oh no.
All right. So a crab, I'm sorry, a snail crab tried to bite me.
Yeah, it definitely tried to bite you.
And the snail crab has this armored shell.
Yeah, so it's got like a snail shell on top, and underneath it's got like a bunch of crab legs, more legs than an actual crab has,
Okay.
that are sort of like dropping out of there. But yeah, it's got a shell on top.
Got it.
Giant biker helmet that they salvaged.
Les, I'm wondering if a shattering punch might matter here.
It could. Yeah, it would certainly bypass DR. Monk delivers a brutal punch. It bypasses DR. Yeah, it says shattering. I mean, potentially it might crush that shell a little bit and cause whoever hits that same area next to have a bonus on AC.
Copy that. I'm gonna I declare shattering punch. I'm gonna do my I think I get that one time.
Okay.
And I'm gonna just do my crane style strike and 25
25 is a hit.
damage at just 3.
All right, so damage is minimal. So you hit it in that thing, and you do put a fairly big crack in it as you hit that, and you deliver that damage to it.
Take that.
So there's a big crack in it. If for the rest of you, anybody who manages to target that crack will get a +2. I'll tell you what, you won't get a because you're targeting a specific space, you won't get a bonus on AC, but if you hit it, you'll get a bonus on damage.
Okay. I think that shattering fist, did that cost me a key point? I'm not sure.
I don't know Monk good enough to tell
Is
you.
that-
I think yes.
My key pool is 7. And so I shattering punch. All right, so now I got 6. I'm gonna try stunning fist now.
Okay,
So wait, I can't declare stunning fist on my second shot. So
that's correct. No
I'm just
stunning
gonna-
fist.
hit him. Here we go. I'm gonna hit him.
Go ahead.
10. Didn't hit.
10 is a miss.
Yeah.
Too bad. That was,
And that time I got 10 damage.
Yeah,
Had I hit-
monster damage.
man, that would have.
Ugh. All right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna say, Mr. Still Crab, you should change your ways.
All right. Shattering punch does not cost you key because it is a style strike.
Okay, got it.
All
Thank
right,
you.
so you get that key point back.
Yes, sir.
All right. Oh no, I think that's it for you. Yeah.
Didn't do much.
Arendar. 20 misses.
It's 22. You have flanking.
It's 22. That's a hit on AC 21. That will hit. So my thing is, I can't see all of it. Hold on a second. So 22 hits. Do I see 14 points of damage? Is that
Yep.
correct?
Yep.
Okay. Let me go ahead and deliver that. You clock it right in the same area that you hit it the first time, and so the shell crushes a little bit inside, and you can see the sweet stinking goo inside.
Okay. I'm gonna get the melted butter ready.
Yep. Well, I don't know. It's got a real funk to it.
Okay.
So I don't know, but I mean, you guys have eaten worse. I'm sure. All right. So yeah, that hit him and hurt him. Anything else you want to do?
Nope, I'm done.
Titus.
Knowing oh no, I'm going to cast Mage Armor on him.
You're gonna cast Mage Armor on Ono. Okay,
Hey,
perfect. So Mage Armor is
+4.
+4 to your AC.
Oh, sweet.
Doesn't
Thank you.
interfere with any of his monk stuff either.
And it doesn't interfere with monk stuff. So your AC just
sweet.
went up 4 points.
Thank you. I'm gonna add that in as a temporary thing.
Well, it lasts for 5 hours.
5 hours. Thank you.
Kick his ass.
All right. All right.
All right. Titus, do anything else? Moving or anything like that?
I'm accepting wagers at this point.
All right. Bondrum, you're up. Now, you just saw Wraith get squirted by some sort of weird ass ink out of this thing. But you got a little splashed on you, which you did not appreciate.
Gross. I'm going to throw a magic missile to the one in front of me and to the one to the left of me.
Okay.
This is the one to the front, and this is the one to the left.
All right. Okay, so 7 points to the one in front, not dead, and 5 points to the one above, also not dead. But yeah, that's good. That's good. That one is very close to checking out. So excellent work. Excellent work.
I'll stay right where I'm at. I'm fine where I'm at. Yep.
Okay, sounds good. Round 3. We jump in right away. Does Lorelei going to do anything special, or is she just going to hang on to that thing and stay out of the way?
Well, she's going to actually go around and get over to here and just make sure nothing's coming down the hallway.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So she can see down that hallway. There's not much happening there. There's more water in there. It's it's uneven. So there's water in there that hasn't been flowed into here, kind of thing. So there's a little water in there, but she doesn't see any creatures. It smells funky. Give me a quick perception check. 18. All right. Yeah. There is. I mean, there's a pretty strong smell of like river mud and certainly a water smell to it. There's something else faint underneath it though. Something I don't know, bitter. I don't know. It's she doesn't feel like she's smelled it before. All right. Wraith, you're up.
I'm going to rapid shot the one that I have flanking on.
Okay. All
to the
right.
12 and 28.
The 28 will hit.
28 is 5 plus 6, so 11 points of damage.
All right. You found that area in the shell where your brother's falcata had cracked it. You managed to slip an arrow in there, and it went into that stinky gut. Deep within it, buried about 3/4 of the arrow in there. You see the thing shudder a couple of bit. It staggers around on its crabby legs and falls over with a clatter into the mud, splashing mud everywhere, especially on you, Arendar. You got you're probably covered in mud from about mid-thigh down because of the splash.
Right. Hey, quick Verm question.
Mm-hmm.
Did we establish last time that if it's just you and one other person, you can't have hit it before? Or
Correct.
was,
Yeah, the verm hit has to be your only hit.
okay, all right.
So no verm on that one.
Yeah, the swoop in and kill it after someone or multi-someones have done all the hard work.
Correct.
Can't be multi-someones.
Well,
That's
whichever.
true. It has to be one individual. You can only steal from one.
Okay.
All right. So you're technically behind the door from that creature, so he can't do it. He's still got Ono on his mind, so he's going to try and eat Ono. 19. Oh, I got to check and see if that's a potential crit. Hold on a second. This could be trouble. No, it's not a crit. But does a 27 even hit you?
Well, okay, my AC now is 25, so a 27 got me good.
All right, he got some teeth around you. Claw's gonna miss. Ooh, did you say 25 or 27?
My AC currently is 25.
Ooh, all right. So he got a bite into you,
Mhm.
and he got a claw into you. So doing a little bit of damage. So the bite, max damage 9 points, and the claw another 8, 17 total damage. And it gets because it has grab attack. It's going to get another free try at grappling you without provoking. So let's go ahead and do that.
Gracious.
So its bonus is +9. So let's go ahead.
Fine.
Yep, D20 +9 against your CMB to try and grapple you. 15. I'm going to guess that's not going to succeed.
No, sir. You know, I'm trying to think. Also, I mean, monk is usually
They're hard to grapple.
Yeah, just trying to think. Do I have a specific evasion thing, or I don't know?
No, not for that, but your CMD is probably
Yeah, it's pretty high, I'm sure.
right now. If I had to guess, low to mid 20s.
CMD is 28.
Oh wow, upper 20s. Okay.
Mid to high 20s, yeah. All right, so 15 will not matter. You managed to wrench yourself away from the creature, but you are bit pretty hard.
Yeah,
You can hear its little clankers clacking
Mhm.
as it's gotten a taste of you.
I'm going to punch this thing so good next time.
All right. Well, it's Poe's turn first. Now, Poe, if you can hit this thing, you can target the area that Ono has managed to sort of punch in a little bit. If you hit it, you will get extra damage.
I didn't.
Didn't you missed it? What'd you roll? I can't. It's my thing. Hold on, I'm gonna refresh.
6.
6 is a miss.
Yep.
So all right. So your spear point clangs off of the shell and does not miss does not hit the thing there. All right, now we're talking.
Hey, Les, do we still have blessing prayer on?
Not that I know of. No, it's not in my notes.
Oh.
No blesses, no prayers.
No bless, Chuck, there's no bless or no prayer up that you're aware of? I must have just had it as a remnant. I haven't used it yet. I was just curious.
It would have had to have been Gordon that did it.
Yeah, no, there's nothing. I haven't done anything like that.
Okay, check it out. Thanks.
All right. Anything else, Paul?
Nope, I'm staying where I'm at.
Oh no! Now's your chance to finish it.
All right. I'm gonna hit it. Just my I'm gonna try another shattering punch.
Okay. Cool.
Here it comes. I'm gonna hit it with 15.
That's gonna miss.
All right, then fine. I'm just gonna hit it again with
22's a hit.
for 10 points.
For 10 points. So
Now-
you hit. I'm assuming you're aiming right for that area that you shattered.
Yes, sir.
All right, so you will get 150% damage. So you will do 15 points of damage with that punch as you crunch in a big section of thing. And your hand sort of goes in quite a bit, and you can, there's like a little of the guts that come out and it covers your hand, and it's really kind of smelly. If you guys, I mean, you're from the East Coast, you probably had crabs. You get in that crab gut, which no proper person would dare to eat, and imagine that covering your hand with that greenish shit and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's on there. But yeah, you managed to punch him, and he's trying to rear back away from you into that door to try and get your hand out of his guts.
I see. Well, there's more where that came from, Mr. Crab.
All right, Arendar. Speaking of more where that came from, what are you gonna do? You're too far away. You're going to have to travel over the top of the dead crab thing to get to the other crab thing.
But do that.
Okay, sort of clip around.
Then we're gonna swing. We're gonna try this again.
All right, it is big enough, so you would get flanking on this.
So then 2 higher than what this shows.
Okay. 19 plus
This is
2
good
is
thing.
21 is a hit. 19 points of damage.
This is a power attack, so
Gotcha. All right. Well, that power attack was the right thing to do because you bring that heavy blade down on the creature's back. Ono gets his hand out just in time as the blade kind of crushes through the already shattered shell and deep into the crab gut. The thing shudders a little bit and falls to the side. And we with a splat into the mud, and we fall out of initiative at that point. All right, so you looking? Oh, sorry, it's not alive. Hold on a second. I accidentally alived it again. Very good.
I was like, whoa, these
Wow.
things are dangerous. They come back to life.
They come surprise, plot twist. All right, so you guys are sort of standing in this room, and the crab creatures are now sort of laying in the mud, twitching a little bit, from the thing as Arendar wrenches his falcata out of the, it's covered in crab guts and that kind of stuff. What now?
Well, I was gonna fly over to Polearm and tell him that she
Look what I
found a
found.
pendant.
If
I
we
keep it.
if we push these guys up really quick to the door heading outside, when that pit comes up, the extra water should push them out the door and outside, right?
Theoretically, yeah.
Let's do them to get the nasty stuff out of here.
Okay, so you're sort of pushing them over by the door kind of area.
Yeah, with my strength, I can push.
Okay. They're
Yeah.
pretty gross and the mud is all over the place, but yeah, you can get them over there. As you're doing that, give me a perception check.
Dang. I see it.
31. Okay. As you're pushing those things, you outside obviously is like this downpour rain, but and it's gray and dark outside because of all the weather that's being brought to Seaquen by magical means. But you do, as you're sort of like working with the crab and pushing it towards her, getting in a position where it'll get dumped out into the ocean, not in the ocean, but in the river. In fact, if you wanted to, you could probably push those things out into the river. I mean, it's just a ledge right here. That leads right up to the thing. Remember, you guys scaled down the wall to try and get in there. So if you wanted to, you could probably push them out. You wouldn't have to wait for the water to do it.
Okay.
But as you're out there sort of doing that, you see down to your left, upriver, flowing towards you, you see what looks to be some sort of reddish orange light. It's pretty far away, but it's caught your attention because it's so different from the uniform gray and the downpour, which impedes your ability to see very much.
It's floating through the air,
No, it looks like it's on the river.
but it's a glowing orange light.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely going to call that out to everyone. Say, something's coming this way. And I guess I can't. Well, the 31. Can I see what it is?
Well,
Where is
it's pretty far. It's probably when you first spot it, when Arendar first spots, it's probably a couple hundred yards away upriver, but it is moving towards you on the river. As it gets closer, I mean, you guys kind of watch it as it comes. As it gets closer and closer, you realize that it's something on fire. As it gets closer, even, you look at it and you can see that it is a ship that is engulfed in flames. It looks to be of elvish manufacture, and it's just floating uncontrolled down the river with the current.
This is in a hurricane.
Mm-hmm.
What the
Yes, it is.
something happened to this to make it burn in a freaking hurricane?
It's burning pretty good.
So this isn't a natural thing. This wouldn't have caught naturally.
Would this be part of the Elven fleet that's been kind of holding a place around the city, around the port?
Give me a perception check.
Is that Vondram or all of us?
That was Vondram. A 10. It's possible. I mean, you could see it looks like the boat is of Elven manufacture. It has those sort of sleek angles, and that it looks to be the kind of wood. There does seem to be some engravings on the side of the boat, which would be typical for Elvish manufacture, the leaf shapes and stuff like that. But it's you can't hardly tell. There's certainly you can't see any people aboard it. If there's anyone on there, they're dead, because the boat is in flames, and it's just sort of moving down river with the current as the rain sort of propels it. The rain and the wind sort of propel it along.
So can I see any damage? Like, was it in a fight? Like, can you see holes like if another ship?
It does look there. So you do see the tattered remnants of the sails, which do have lots of holes, but they're pretty scorched, and the ones in the rear are completely aflame. But the ones that you can see that are as more intact they have holes and stuff in them. It's hard to tell. You don't see any like big giant like ramming holes or anything like that on the bows or anything like that. But the whole interior is filled with flame.
That's just weird. So that wouldn't catch naturally. Everything's soaked. So
yeah. As you guys sort of are watching, it sort of floats by. It's far in the river. It's probably 60, 70 feet away from you in the river. Remember, this river is huge.
Right.
And it's just sort of like sideways meandering down the river in response to the current and the gusty wind, which is sort of taken around. You can see it sort of going sideways, and it's certainly not controlled. It's listing quite a bit as this fire sort of burns the interior of the boat. Eventually, this thing will be burnt down to the waterline, and you can see pieces of. You can't hear it, but you can imagine the hiss as pieces of the sailcloth and pieces of the rigging sort of burn up and fall into the river, which you can see happening.
Great. So there'll be even more of a political issue by the time we get back.
It looks like the boat's been on fire for a while, and you did not see any people.
What's the name of this town we're in?
Seaquen.
So it's either someone in Seaquen flexing their "we don't want you here," or someone else attacking them, which the people who in Seaquen who have yelled at go away will get blamed for. So either way, this is probably going to be
not great, Bob.
We're going to walk into when we get back.
So now the important question: do we have a wizard who can cast prestidigitation? I have been shat on by a crab snail.
Yeah, I can. I'm not a wizard, but I can cast that.
Can you clean this up for me?
I was going to say it's black though. That should add to your stealth rolls.
No, because they can smell me coming along, whether they can see me or
But
not.
they can't see you.
Yeah. So Poe is going to do detect magic. He's going to clean Wraith, and Lorelei is going to go down to that pit and just kind of look around and see if there's anything exposed by that pit, like another layer or level of dungeon.
Not that you can see. So these pits don't necessarily work that way. They're not super physical. They're extra dimensional. So and it's probably 3/4 of the way full with water. The water that was in this room drained into that pit. It'll be back.
Get back out of here, so we don't have to make reflex saves to stay on our feet when this all comes back really quick.
Would it come back if it's another dimension? Wouldn't it just stay there and disappear?
No,
With the pits, what it does is it pushes whatever's in the pit to the top.
Yeah.
Like a syringe almost.
Right.
Good night, dude.
So I think it takes a full round, but still.
So which
raising
area,
30 feet in one round, I think is
which
what
direction do we want to investigate?
So Lorelei looked in this room over here, and there's Looks like a dead end, like a storage area.
She didn't see any doors or anything in there. It looked like there was a lot of stuff stored in there. Remember, your suspicion is that the area that you've entered is like a cargo dock for this. If it is indeed a prison, this would be where the cargo. Because remember, up above, you guys found the steps that you think pretty much led to the main gate.
Let's go to the open door. And actually, might need to. I'm not too bad, but Ono's looks like he's half health.
And I need lighting added to me.
Are you out of lighting?
Well, it doesn't change when I get anywhere close to stuff, and I think it's 90 or 60. I have 60 dark vision.
Dark vision.
Yeah.
That's weird.
that's
you
right.
weren't. Let me go
I
ahead.
did cast daylight
What'd you cast it on?
myself or my sword.
Can you see now?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay. Okay. Let me know if any of you realize that you don't hear. I can just go ahead and check and make sure everybody's lights are on. One second.
Lights are on, but nobody's home.
That's the truth.
I think everyone except for Ono has dark vision.
I don't have, correct.
Got 2 doors, got a
So I
Azamar.
guess when I get to here and can see that thing,
What
then
thing?
the thing in the corner,
That's
is-
yeah.
Body.
this.
That's a dead body.
Oh, that's what Lorelai's already investigated?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's what
So
we-
gotcha. All right.
So I said we go through the open door and look there. But like I said, I think Ono needs to be healed first.
Heal, oh no. Heal.
And Ono runs behind Titus and sits down. Good boy. Good monk.
I'll cast, you're down pretty far, aren't you?
I'm down 20 points. I have 41. I'm down to 21 because I got bit by a giant snail.
And I think I'm the only one hurt, and I'm only hurt by 6 points, so I just do a regular heal at this point.
Yeah, 12 points. Well,
Thank you very much. Thank you. That should get me by. Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna take a step into here, Les.
Okay.
Anything, I see some holes to the right, but I don't.
Yeah, you can see. So there's some damage to those walls that you can sort of see into. Let me hold on a second. So you can see there's water in there, but it's only about a foot deep. But it looks like, well, there's like so the water is so it's only about a foot deep, but it's filled with what look to be partially digested or eaten fish. There's a lot of like fish guts and fish pieces sort of floating around in the water and trapped by that thing. The wall that you're standing next to that you can see through was at one point a wall, but it's been sort of eaten through by the water, and that's how you can see through it. There's cracks in it and it's been wedged. You could probably push one of those panels down and get into this room if you wanted to. Give me a perception check. Okay. So across here, over in this area over here, is a shelf. It is above. It is attached to the wall, and it is above the water line. So the material on it haven't been thing. It looks like it is. It looks like it's full of bottles.
Ooh. Hey, bro, why don't you get in there and check that out?
So is this thing where he is to the north of that? Is that this door right here?
Yeah. If you ask me, I'll tell you. Yeah, I can see that door from in here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll move over to the door, do the normal check it for traps.
Okay.
Check and see if it's locked.
It does seem to be. I guess you probably should roll.
Yeah.
No, I'll just give it to you. It does seem to be locked. You can see the lock on the front of it. You don't see any traps.
Okay.
The lock is corroded, and frankly, you think that it may be corroded all the way through. A good swift kick or a yank on it might just break it in half.
All right, well, I'll do my brother's version of disable device and just kick the door in.
Okay, give me a quick strength check.
Let's see here. So it's a D20 plus my strength modifier.
Yep.
21.
Nice.
21. Yeah, you hit that square and the lock just sort of shatters into a bunch of corroded, rusty pieces. The door sort of swings open a little bit in the water, and you can suddenly the aroma of rotting fish assaults your nostrils, and everybody in that is in the room behind you is like, oh God, as you sort of open that up. And water begins to sort of flow out a little bit into the room, and it begins to flow towards the pit. Is there, how long is the pit going to be there, Vondram?
The pit is, let me double check. I think it's an hour per level, but let me double check.
It won't be that long.
So say that
It'll either be rounds or minutes.
seems like a lot, but
Okay.
Rounds or
I
minutes
gotta
per
pull
level.
it up. Done.
While he's looking that up, I'm going to take a bandana out of my bag and wrap it around my face.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a round per level, so it's about out.
So actually, yeah, probably by the time I start walking through this door is about it started to come back up.
okay. Vondram, you would know when this thing begins to syringe back up. The water would push up and begin flowing outward into the room. Flowing the creatures. Well, you tossed the creatures out into the river, correct?
Right. Yep.
So they're out in the river, but yeah, it'll start to fill this room back up again. Some of it will go outside, but the room, because of the room's floor is off angle, and that, so it begins to fill back up again with that water. So pretty soon, Vondram, you, Titus, Ono, and Wraith will be back sort of knee deep in water, and then there's water and guts pouring out of this room here as well.
No one's gonna need a bath after this.
Heck yeah.
So now that this door is open, I'm going to try to move in. And again, I have no lighting.
You should. I just gave it to you.
I know, but I move around up here. It doesn't show me anything. So I'm going to
Well,
try
there's doors and stuff in the way, dude.
I'm going to try to move to the shelf.
I can see. Can you see in that room?
I can now. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it was doors and walls and stuff in the way too of you.
I think what I was doing, I was screwing up because I don't know. It doesn't normally work this way, I guess, but I still had the mouse clicked and moving the thing
Oh.
around. And so like things were grayed out. Once I let it go, it all came.
Then yep.
Yeah. But I'm trying to get to the shelf that was described to me.
Okay, yeah. So you get to that shelf and it is remarkably unscathed. You can see that so there are bottles on there, and it looks like there are about 10 bottles that are unbroken and unopened. And these are bottles of liqueurs and a couple of different wines.
Oh, okay. So they're not potions of any kind. They're liquor.
No, they're
booze.
liquor bottles. Yeah.
But we're grabbing on the way out though.
All right. I mean, I can grab them now unless you think they're going to get broken. Or maybe we'll just grab them on the way out. I'm just wondering if we don't come out this way, if we find another
Right, that's
exit.
fine. Yeah, if you got-
So
or if you want me to carry them, I don't know how much they weigh.
how many did you say there were 10 of them?
10.
And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us. So I'll just pass them out so nobody's carrying more than 2. That way you can put them in 2 different bags or 2 different whatever, so they're not clanging together, getting broke.
Right.
So just pass them around to everybody. And it's 10 bottles of booze.
Give me a quick perception check when you get a moment.
Sure thing. 27.
27. All right. As you are sort of getting these bottles and passing them around, you look over and you see this table, and you can look on the table and you can see that. So the table is sort of it's knocked over and sort of half in and half out of the water. But you do see what looks like to be the glint of coinage at the bottom edge of where the table has been knocked over. You also see what looks to be a very small, well, not super small, maybe 4 feet across, but low to the ground, like a metal footlocker of some sort. Sort of tucked into this corner over here amidst some detritus. Has
All right, well,
it has some fish guts and stuff on it.
I'll move to the table. How heavy is it? Can I sort of stand it back up by myself, or is it?
Yeah, you can stand it back up. It sort of comes apart though. It's been in the water for so long that it's just warped and rotted. So you can sort of stand it back up and move it out of the way, but it's like it comes apart in a couple of pieces.
Well, that's not going to be very good for a table to put this metal box on now, is it?
No, it doesn't stand in any real way.
Okay. And what was now that it's broken apart, whatever, what was the glint of metal that I saw?
There's a few coins down there. Enough silver and copper to that is the equivalent of about 23 silver pieces.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks like there might be the disintegrated remains of what could have been cards or playing cards there
Okay.
as well. So there might have been a card game going on in here.
Gotcha. Then I'll move over and investigate this footlocker box thing
Okay.
and do the normal check it for traps, check it for a lock. This seems like almost like a safe type thing.
Yeah, it's like a metal footlocker. It's low to the ground and relatively small.
Okay, well, I'll, like I said, check it for traps. Check to see if it's locked.
Okay.
So trap check is 14.
Okay. The visual examination does not show any traps as far as you can see.
And can I see that there's a lock on it?
There's a keyhole on it, but you can't tell if it's locked or not locked without reaching out and grabbing it.
Okay, well then I'm gonna try to pick the lock.
Okay. As you do so you take out your key, your lock picks, and you sort of kneel down and you get ready to sort of pick the lock, at which point the lid rises up and a pseudopod reaches out and sort of like grabs onto your hand. I need you to make a couple of rolls because this is not a footlocker.
Damn mimics.
It's a mimic.
Oh man. Oh,
I've never seen one.
So first things first, I need you to make a reflex save from the pseudopod that reaches out and tries to grab you. 19 reflex save. Your hand comes back, and just as this pod of slime comes ripping out, the face of the mimic launches up out of the footlocker. Here's what it looks like, by the way. It just reaches up and he's like, and tries to bite you.
It's the Harry Potter book of animals.
And it's trying to bite you. So hold on a second, and misses, crunching down as your dexterity and your agility keep you out of the thing. It begins to sort of crop over to you. It's beginning to sort of like move over to you, and we probably need to roll initiative at this point.
Yeah.
right.
2405.
That's pretty good.
Initiative. 13. Jesus. What did I roll? 1?
What? Am I on drugs?
Well, we assume so, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
That's
You
what we
rolled-
tell people.
You rolled an 8, Eric.
That's terrible. Man. Wow. Okay. Great. Great.
Everybody on the chart?
I think so.
All
think so.
right.
By 13. Watch out.
All right, let's sort them. Sort them if you got them. All right, round 1. Wraith, you are first, being the guy right next to the damn thing. It's your honor, Your Honor.
So I want to take a 5-foot step back and then try to shoot it.
Okay, with an arrow.
Yes. So single shot,
Okay.
20 to hit.
20 will hit. Smack.
So 10 damage.
Okay.
No sneak
goes-
attack, no precision damage. And
Right,
no,
yeah, you do.
no. Why would I do precision
First
damage?
round of combat, everything.
Oh, that's right, because I'm going first.
You're
Well,
going,
no, it went first. It had a surprise attack on you. It's it's not first round of combat for him.
Okay.
10 points of damage.
Technically, first round of combat, until it goes, it's flat footed.
Yeah, but it kind of went. Its
Yeah.
surprise attack is how it feeds or how it
Yep.
hunts. So
Yeah, it's a shock attack.
yeah.
All right. So that arrow goes in and it's and you can see the arrows like crunch, 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 crunch. It crunches up the arrow, and it's beginning to sort of like clomp over to you. Crunch, 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 crunch.
And I'm gonna call out to everybody else. We have an angry box here.
Are we still doing phrasing? Never mind. All right. So is that it? So you 5-foot step.
Wraith has never done phrasing. Yeah,
Got
no,
it.
that's
I
all
may
I
have
got
to-
at the moment.
I may have to write that down. Hold on. We've got an angry box over here. Got it. Okay. All right, Arendar. Your brother's in trouble. You can see him through the broken wall.
No, I went around.
Okay.
I just yelled, move. Just running through everyone.
Okay. Okay, what do you do? All right, 17 slash. That is a hit. Go ahead. What's the damage now? 15 points of damage. 15 points of damage. However, because of, and I'm reading directly from the bestiary, a weapon that strikes an adhesive coated mimic is stuck fast until the wielder succeeds on a DC 17 strength check to pry it off.
Okay.
So your weapon, so you hit it, kabook, and then you're like, Falcata is stuck.
Okay.
So
All right.
You're kind of like me chopping firewood. It goes halfway into the log, and then I can't get the damn thing out. And I go get the chainsaw.
Yeah.
All right, you're knee deep in fish gut water, and you see Arendar and Wraith seem to be fighting a box.
Because that's what we do.
Gondrum's usually one to like try and even the odds, but I think he's just enjoying this too damn much to do anything. So Andy's just gonna stay where he's at. And,
What the frick are the brothers doing again?
he's gonna reserve his turn.
Okay, you're gonna hold and do something later, or you just
Yeah,
okay.
I'm gonna hold and do something later. I'm just gonna move to the end of the.
Okay, Poe.
Can I see the creature from where I'm at? I mean, I
Sure.
can.
There's a lot of like breaches in the walls and stuff like that, but you can absolutely see it from here. You also see Arendar's weapon is stuck on it, and it's like now it's gonna try and eat him.
We need a bed, a tennis shoe, and our body weight. I've seen this
Yes.
puzzle solved before.
Yeah, I guess I'll try to hit it too.
What are you throwing your spear through there, or are you gonna run into the
No,
room?
no, I'm gonna go in there. Can I
Okay.
get to here in a move?
Yeah, it depends. Are you going through the wall? You're pushing the wall down?
I'd probably just follow Arendar the way he went.
Okay, so he went around through the door. Vondrum seems to be watching amusedly as this proceeding progressed. But yeah, you can get there.
How far can you move?
30.
Well, you were right here? 1, 2, 3, 4.
You got to backtrack.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to get that far. I don't think you would get. Yeah, I would push down the
5,
wall.
10, 15, 20, 25, right? Yeah. How do I do the?
You got to go back to here.
Yeah, you're gonna go back in the room and around. Vondrum's standing by the door.
Oh, you got to go all the way.
Yeah,
I know
Vondra's in the doorway.
There's not an opening here.
No.
Yeah.
No,
you
well,
can
the
push
wall's kind
wall
of
down.
busted out. You can push that wall in and travel through that way. It's essentially difficult terrain.
All right. Well, I'll just do that then.
All right, it's an old plaster and wood wall. It just kind of crumbles in your hands, goes crashing down into the thing. So that'll cost you 2 squares to get to that wall down. But that'll get you to where you want to go. Yeah.
All right.
All right, give us a stab, would you?
That
7
doesn't matter.
miss.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay. All right. It's the mimic's turn. Now it's mad at Arendar, and especially because it can reach Arendar. So it's going to try and bite him. because that's what it loves to do. And it's also going to try and do a slam and grapple him as well. So we'll go ahead and do that. So first, the bite, however. Nope, he missed. The pseudopod attack. Ooh, 17 hit you?
No.
Okay, so use the so the
Apparently,
sticky
I'm
pseudopod.
using Duck Falcata to keep it pushed away from me.
Okay, yeah, he's like, trying to get at you, and the pseudopod comes out, but it's a little short and can't get to you, but it's definitely hungry, definitely angry, and you're stuck to it, or at least your sword is.
Right.
Oh no, you see this.
Mm.
Oh no, is your opportunity to shine.
All right, great. I did
Punching a mimic.
some.
An adhesive mimic.
So if I hit it, does my fist get stuck?
Oh, yeah.
Damn. Then I'll have to hit it with my other fist and then my foot.
Yeah, because that's not Keystone Cops.
All right. Anyway,
Go kick it, and then Ono's hopping around going, damn it, damn it, damn it.
If you kill it in 4 rounds, you're good.
Yep.
I did a quick read up on my key pool, my pool of key points, and
Yep.
apparently I'm allowed to spend 1 key point per round and get a free attack.
Yep.
Yes, I think that's correct.
All right. So anyway, look, it means I'm gonna hit this mimic 3 times and get stuck 3 times. All right.
Actually, going to hit him 2 because you have to move to get over there.
Yes,
Yep.
sir. I'm
So
gonna
you
go
can't go
1.
full attack.
Can I hit it from here?
Yeah, sure, why not?
I
Okay.
mean, I have to reach. All right. So I'm gonna.
I'm definitely interested in you hit this thing because I want to see you stuck to it. So
All right.
If
2
it's
fists and a
stumble, that's
leg.
gonna be Arendar's head or Wraith's, one of the
Eh.
2.
Now, so it's a box. So it has a Is it still in chest box form?
Yeah,
Well, kind
it's a
of.
creature. It looks like a chest, but it's a creature.
So
yeah.
Would a shattering punch matter at all?
No, not on this kind of thing. It's malleable, so yeah, you can't really shatter it.
That's fine. I declare stunning fist, and I'm going to hit it.
Okay.
And did I hit
12's
it?
a miss.
This
Damn.
would be the weirdest game of like Twister ever.
Now, do I have to roll to escape it?
No,
No,
you didn't
'cause you
hit it, so
missed.
you're not stuck.
Oh, right, gotcha. And then I'm going to try it again. I roll a 21,
Now that's a hit.
and I do
10 points of damage. Your hand plunges deep into the mimic's malleable, flexible body. But yeah, your whole hand is now wrapped in this adhesive, and you are stuck to this thing. At which point it's like, and begins going after you.
But can I break free?
Not this round. You can't. You can try to. So to break free from a mimic, hold on a second. You need to pry off a stuck weapon, and we're going to count your hand as a stuck weapon. A DC 17 strength check is required. Strong alcohol or universal solvent dissolves the adhesive, but the mimic can still grapple normally afterwards.
Hey, we got alcohol.
We do have alcohol. Yeah.
I'm not wasting it on this though.
Yeah.
Well,
You're just going to drag around the body of a mimic with you.
That's it.
all right, but I hit it for 10.
10 points of damage. Yep.
Right.
Which I have delivered, but your hand is stuck.
I'll be damned. All right. Well, darn rats. Shoot. Heck.
This is going to be a weird version of Twister.
It is definitely going to be. Speaking of weird versions of Twister, Titus, you are up. You are now seeing Arendar has hit it with his sword, which is stuck. Ono, seeing this, ran up there and punched it, so he's now stuck. Wraith is shooting arrows at it. Poe is trying to stick it with a spear. I have a feeling this is an opportunity for you to do something really clever.
Yeah, but that means that I'm not going to get a verm. So
Well, a lot of people have hit it.
I know. Oh, I may
I-
just sit there and watch, but instead, I guess I'll launch magic missile.
Magic missile, that won't get stuck.
Say Titus is going to run up and kick it just so we can see how many people can get stuck to the same mimic.
9 points of force damage as the magic missiles go winding around the 2 stuck people and slam into the creature. It's like as these things fly back, it bounces back against the wall. You can see pseudopods kind of going back and forth, but it keeps a hold of the sword and of Ono, who is dragged forward a little bit as this thing is thrashing around.
Wow.
Titus, you want to move or anything like that?
I'd like to dance, sure.
A little danceroo. You like to move it, move it?
I do.
Move it. All right, that's it for round one. Round two, we go back. Wraith, your friends are stuck to this thing. It could be dangerous to shoot arrows from it, but I feel like you've got the skill to, well, at the very least, hit Ono in the hand.
Wraith is like, it's not dangerous to me.
So at this point, because it's stuck to two of my party members,
Mm-hmm.
even though technically they're not behind it, I have flanking, correct? Because it is
That's a great
it is-
question.
it is currently occupied, whether it likes it or not, by two of my party members.
I don't know to so technically it's sort of a weird grapple. I don't know that grapple gives you flank. It might preclude dex though. So let me take a look at that. It might give you precision damage if you're shooting at a grappled creature.
Right. Either way, I'm going to tell Arendar, I'm going to tell my brother, because he's got it with the sword, twist just a little to the right, and then I'm going to unleash rapid shot. So
They can't make attacks of opportunity. It does take a -4. So if you're grappled, you take a -4 penalty to dex, which I am going to interpret as that they have lost their dex bonus on that. So yes, I think you can do precision damage on a grappled creature.
Okay.
It's canon now.
So 19 to hit with the first arrow, which would be 9 points of damage plus 8 points of sneak attack.
Okay.
It's
How
gone.
How much now?
17 total.
17 total. Yeah, that arrow buries itself. It gives one last and sort of falls over with a plop and is sort of like a monster box laying on the floor.
Yeah.
However, Arendar's sword and Ono's hand, which is driven down to the ground because of this, are still stuck to the corpse of this creature.
Son of a gun. All right. Did Wraith give me a bottle of booze?
2 of them to carry.
Hang on.
Let me try to clean first. Maybe that'll do it.
Okay,
do
my
it.
first try didn't work.
Oh, it needs alcohol or universal solvent.
Well,
I can do this
prestidigitation.
almost half the
Couldn't I
time.
do prestidigitation to do
It
cleaning?
Cleaning won't undo this adhesive as far as I know.
Yeah.
I'll
I
check
would
it, but
think Vondram would have some alcohol in his alchemical stash.
Is there something that keeps you from trying twice?
Stops you from?
I tried to say that twice and no.
so Arendar, are you just trying to rip your sword free?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, you can continue ripping. It just takes more time.
Hang on, before you
There it goes.
before you herniate yourself, you said that the things up on the shelf, most of them were wine, but there were a couple of them that were like
That were liqueurs, yeah. Spirits.
Spirits. So they have a higher alcohol content.
Mm-hmm.
So if one of
Okay,
the ones,
if you give Arendar one of those to use, he's going to open it up, take a swig, and then keep getting the thing off.
yeah, I'm not going to give it.
Oh,
to
I was
him.
supposed to use it.
I'm going to take, if I have one that's actually spirits, I'm going to go pour it on the sword and the fist and try to get them both unstuck at the same time.
You do have one that's spirits, and it doesn't take much. It actually, the sword is just sort of stuck in there with the blade, so it only takes a little. It doesn't take it takes a partial bottle to sort of like release the adhesive, and it sort of comes away with a, sort of. Ono's hand's a little different. He's pretty much buried in this thing, so you got to use most of the rest of the bottle to get him out. There's maybe 3 or 4 swigs left in the bottom when Ono finally sucks his hand loose of the mimic.
Then I'll hand what's left in the
Got a
bottle
bit
to Arendar so he can shoot it. It's not like we can't afford booze. Let's go.
All right, so you're down to 9 bottles of spirits and wine.
Got it.
I cannot remember the last time I did a mimic. I'm very pleased about that.
I can't remember the last time I saw one, but that's
I've never
outstanding.
seen it.
That is outstanding.
Been about 30 years for me.
When you pick a lock and it tries to pick you back.
That's right. All right, this is yeah. As you guys sort of like get around here, you're not sure what all the fish guts on the floor is all about, but this looked to be some sort of like maybe break room or guards room. It looks like, I mean, Wraith, you spotted what looks to be the rotted detritus of what was playing cards, you think,
Yeah.
and then there was money sort of on the table that had been turned turned sideways. It's possible that whatever happened here happened relatively suddenly. And maybe disrupted some sort of game. There's no bodies here or anything though, except for the sort of partially digested fish.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask the party a question. Are we taking the completionist route or are we trying to do the objective route?
That's too subjective. I need an explanation of your.
So the completionist, we need to do this room here and this room here before we go. If we're doing objective, I'm pretty sure it's continuing down the hallway that I started.
We're generally objective, although completionist sounds so.
At least that's what the module said.
I'm curious
So you
about
go through the whole thing and then you end up back in this room and that's where it was.
The real treasure was the friends we made along the way.
Yeah, I'm just looking at just geometrically how everything's shaping up. So I think this is going to be a room. I think this is going to be a room.
Yeah,
But-
let's spend a minute and open those, at least just to make sure there's nothing that we're gonna get behind us.
No more
I
minutes.
think, if I recall correctly, this room here, Titus briefly looked into. Yeah,
Which one?
this one here.
I don't know if he did or not.
I thought he did. Can't be sure. Titus, did you open that door and peek in there?
I don't recall doing that.
Okay.
I'd like to say I did, but
Maybe he did. He didn't tell us.
Political response.
right, I did it, but I didn't tell anyone.
Okay, good, smart. That's the way to do it. All right. So yeah, so we fall out of initiative. The mimic is dead. Your 9 bottles of liquor to the good here. I mean, Mike makes a good case. Do you want to check the other rooms, or do you want to move along trying to find the rogue Hydromancer?
I would like to just at least briefly check the rooms.
Okay.
That's just my thoughts, but you know.
Then I'll call Wraith back and say, hey, can you check these 2 doors and see if there's any issues before we open and take a peek?
Yeah, so I'll go down to this lower door. Do
Okay.
the same thing, check for traps.
Okay.
28.
Yeah, you don't see any traps. The lock has that same sort of characteristics where it's really corroded, probably could just be kicked through like you did the last one.
I'm gonna call my brother down because I'm not gonna push my dice rolling luck. Just blast through it.
Okay, you want to go check the other door while I knock this one down?
What other door?
The north one,
Ah, okay,
that one.
okay. So I'll go up and check this door for traps.
Okay. Aaron,
24.
you gonna boot that? Okay,
23.
so okay. All right, so 23. Yeah, you bounce that door, and it just kind of like flies off on a not on its hinges, but sort of like breaks and the thing.
Fix it open, yeah.
Yeah, breaks it open. Hold on a second. That is that. So yeah, you look inside there and you can see some sort of, well, it's got water in it, so you can see that there's water in it. There's also a mechanism of some kind against the far wall. You're not sure what it is, but there's some sort of mechanism. The interesting thing about this mechanism is that it looks to be uncorroded. In fact, even from here with the low light that seems to be emanating in this area, you can see that mechanism has a sheen of oil on it. And it's mounted to the back wall.
There's something right above us what was when we were up top on the
There was a
roof?
winch that went down to the doorway that we climbed into.
Does it look like it could be part of that winch?
No, you're 20 to 30 feet deep into the thing. The winch was on the edge, so it's above where like Vondrum is standing.
Okay. All right.
So this mechanism is right here. I'll just make a little thing for you here so to show you. So that mechanism is sort of against the wall right there. Can you see that square?
Yep.
Okay. That's where the mechanism is. And it's mounted onto the wall above the water. And you, like I said, you can see that it's not corroded in any way. It looks very serviceable. In fact, you can see that it has a sheen of machine oil of some sort of lubrication on it to protect it from the elements. It looks relatively new.
Well, Ray's better at this stuff than me, so I'm just gonna.
Okay.
Look at it.
Yeah.
All right, so Wraith, you rolled a 23 perception. Again, this door, it's less corroded than some of the other ones because it wasn't, I mean, for whatever reason, it seems to have corroded not as much.
Right.
But it is locked. It may be pickable.
Well, that was a 24 for traps.
Okay,
So
you don't
if
see
it
any
look-
traps on it.
If it looks like it has a lock that I might be able to deal with, I will try to do disable device to pick the lock.
Okay.
3.
Yeah, it takes you a couple of seconds, maybe 15, 20 seconds. But yeah, I mean, it's as locks go, it's not great. It's eminently pickable and you're able to unlock that door. Let me send a quick message to Vondram real quick here.
And then I will step back out of the way because I know the drill. I check for traps and pick the lock. And then the big tanky types go through the door.
Okay. All right, let me open that up for you. So yeah, so this room, you peer in there, a lot of water has gotten in there and it sort of splooshes out the level of it's sort of gotten to the point where it's pretty rank in there. It looks like another storage room of sorts. You can see that there's a lot of rotted shelves which are sort of collapsed and float in the water. Looks like maybe there was other storage here. Whatever was stored here though has long ago sort of rotted away into this sort of soup caused by the flowing river water.
Les, I just remembered I got that Voices of Solid Things class feature where I can listen to things like they're alive.
Okay.
Function is. So I'm going to go look at that box and see if I can figure out what its function is.
The box, the mechanical thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. So let me read that. I'm curious as to how that Voices of Solid Things works because that is a really cool thing.
It basically gives me disabled device as a class skill with charisma modifier, but then it says you listen to the whispers of items as though they are alive, giving you clues to their function. There's not really a mechanism in place for that part of it. And
Okay. So it just sort of whispers to you the idea. All right. So you could sort of like, so when you so you go in there and you begin listening to this mechanism, and it has a sadistic. There's an element of cruelty in its voice, and it says, "I can't wait until they proceed down the hallway, so I can release the spear and skewer them as they come." How I will enjoy that, and then I will be. They'll put the spear back, and then another person can come down, and I can spear them too. As long as when I've been re-cracked, and you can see as it's talking. You look at the mechanism, and it has this sort of crank mechanism, which would theoretically, at least the way you hear that it's talking to you. You think it's some sort of spear trap, and this is the mechanism that recocks it.
Okay, I'm going to try to disable it.
Okay.
And fail miserably.
Yeah, no, it's still. Somebody's touching me. That feels good, but I'm not going to release my spear just yet.
I'm calling for Wraith.
Okay.
Well, I'll come down and see what Poe's up to.
Jennifer, you got that message, right?
Yeah, I did. Thanks. Ron.
Okay.
So you give me the skinny on you think this thing is a trap?
Yep.
All right. Well, I will move in.
Well, less a trap. It's like the controller for a trap.
Right. So
And
I'll look it over for a minute and see if I can figure out the easiest way to disable it.
okay,
Is it magical, Les?
no, it's not. It's mechanical.
And then when you're ready, I'll do a disable device check.
By all means, my good man. 22. Yeah, that's more than enough to disable it. It's a pretty simple mechanism. With release catches and stuff like that. It takes you a couple of seconds to sort of like puzzle it out, but you're like, oh well, here's the red wire. I'll just clip that kind of thing. And and you feel like you feel the tension sort of released on it, and you feel wherever this trap exists, you think it's probably decocked at this point.
Yeah. So basically it's just like uncrank the wheel so it has no tension or whatever.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So I'll tell Poe, I think this one's inert now.
Les, do you want a perception for the other room, or is it really nothing there?
The room that you could give me a perception check, sure. 22. So there was water in this room, a fair amount of it, and a lot of the shelves have sort of rotted away. They're in sort of piles. There's whatever was stored here, and you're not sure quite what it was. You're pretty sure it's not food, but it might have been more sheets and, equipment. It's all sort of rotted in a big pile. You do, with the 22, you do hear what sounds to be like maybe squeaking in the far corner. And scurrying.
Which corner?
This corner over here that's outside of the water. Far corner. There's a big shelf that sort of collapsed over there, so you can't see the wall very well. And there's piles of detritus sort of around there, and you hear some squeaking and scurrying back there. Not sure what the dealio is, but
Like a mouse, or like
maybe bigger, maybe several.
Okay.
That's
I'll call out.
one.
I think there's some little creatures in here. Do we want to just let it go, or
They're not. They don't seem to be bothering us. So
just close the door and continue?
unless you think that it's something in trouble you want to try to save, otherwise I don't.
No.
Squeak, squeak, help me.
I don't speak.
I'm not a bunch of rats, I swear.
I'm not a swarm of rats that will attack you on sight.
Yeah.
Don't worry about me. But no, I would say we can
Yeah,
probably
we just
continue.
close the door back, and
So is there just this one hallway to go down?
yeah. After these two rooms, yeah, this is it. Now we go down to the spear trap.
Do you want me to scout this hallway or do you all just want to run ahead?
Oh, go ahead.
No, it doesn't matter to me.
I'm just not gonna let you too far ahead, just in
The
case.
spear,
Something dangerous eventually.
if the spear trap is in this hallway, I'm confident that I have disabled it. So, but I'll move down the hallway and
Okay.
check for traps on my way.
Okay.
I don't know how.
Well, so there's a door. So right here in front of you,
Mhm.
you can you see? Did it do a circle? Hold on a second. Right there. Can you
Okay.
see that?
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, that's a doorway, and it's sort of like cocked open. This would have been, and it's a thick sort of wooden door. Now it's very much warped. The water here is probably knee deep, so you're sort of, and it's getting deeper, so you can feel that you're moving sort of downward. So you figure, as you go forward, it's going to get deeper. This door is warped pretty significantly, but it's got the sort of heft and iron bands around it. I mean, you're thinking this is a prison. This may be the entry to the prison proper, because where you've seen before, it's like a storage area, maybe in a room where guards were, where they brought cargo in, from the river.
Right.
This may have been the support area. This may be the door. It looks like the kind of door that would have blocked the support area off from the prison proper.
All right. Well, once I get close to it, I'll do a check for trap situation. So
Perception traps. All right, so you don't see any.
25.
You don't see any traps, but the water does seem to be getting deeper, and you're worried that it might get deep, like waist deep, which would significantly impact movement.
So I'm gonna move slowly to here.
Okay. And so as you go in there, you see a couple of things. Once, so on your right, you can see a hallway, which goes up to the north towards what looks to be, well, what's once maybe have been a door of some kind, but right now it looks to be a collapsed rockfall. Your guess is that this may have been the point at which the upstairs stairs kind of came around. And you remember there was a rockfall that precluded you guys from sort of coming in this way. You can see the other side of that rockfall here. And if anything, it's you're thinking we made the right choice because the rocks are bigger. There's masonry falling in on it. It would have taken you hours to try and dig through some of this stuff, even, you know, without real tools or anything. Even with tools, it would have been a hell of a thing to dig through that rockfall because it's far deeper than it seemed like on the outside.
And
Forward. Go ahead.
How deep is the water where I am now?
About mid thigh.
Okay, so
it is impacting your speed.
Right, I'm just clocking if and when we need to start considering potions of water breathing, like when it's starting to get deep enough that it'll become problematic.
Okay. You so on your left, you can see this looks like maybe a hallway, but you can see what are obviously cells. Now something's happened here. You've noticed earlier, all of you have noticed that the ground, the floor has different sort of angles and multi-levers. Your guess is that there may have been so there's a couple of things that may have happened here. Your first thought is earthquake, but you're on a peninsula next to a large river. So your next thought is, well, probably not earthquake, probably settling and erosion is what's happening here. Because the floor, I mean, you could feel it sort of going at a different angle. And as you look at these cells down to the south, and there are a lot of cells, you can see the bars are corroded and bent, and the doors are thinking you think that you could probably get in these cells, you know, by slipping through the bars or breaking the bars out. There's a lot of corrosion. Most of the cells are underwater. You can see. So this is another thing that with that perception check that you have is you look down that pathway to the south, which looks like maybe the main path between the two sets of cells. It looks like the water in the cells gets deeper. It never gets deep enough where the cells are completely immersed. You can always see 2 or 3 feet, 4 feet of cell above the water level. So your guess is that the water may get as much as 5 or 5.5 feet deep down at the far end. But they're not immersed. Other than that, you think that these cells are corroded enough that you could probably like get in them if you wanted to.
Well, the last thing Wraith wants to do is get in a cell.
Okay.
And
That's reasonable.
With his past, getting out of them has always been more of his goal, but I'll let everybody know that as this goes down, it gets deeper. And it looks like it would probably become a swimming situation for someone my height or less.
Is anybody, well, we've got a couple of dwarves in the party, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
How tall are you guys?
Never determined that. Oh, that's
Four-
what I was just look up.
Average height of a dwarf, 4.5 feet, maybe? Yeah, you guys might be underwater down at the bottom of this thing.
Yeah. And Race only 5'11", so
5'11".
if it's 5.5, that basically means you're swimming at that point.
Or just barely sticking your head out of the water.
Yeah, or tiptoeing across the bottom
Yeah.
like in a pool with, you know, maybe your neck above water. So
Ono says he's a strong swimmer. He can help you guys stay afloat, even with your armor. He's that strong.
now,
Oh,
I guess what I'm getting at is as we move down this thing, as it gets deeper, we
Is it time-
were each given potions of water breathing, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And
Each of you have one.
Especially if anything comes to want to give us trouble, we'd be pretty easy to kill if all they had to do was drag us under.
Drowning is, yeah, it's a thing.
Takes a while to drown in this game.
Well,
It does
yeah,
take a while,
so-
but
I would wait until we need.
So
I
I'm
don't
gonna
mind
move.
going first if there's a threat, but I really don't want to use it until
Yeah,
we know that, okay, we have to completely submerge.
yeah. So I'm gonna move around the corner.
Okay.
And get to here. So
Okay.
now I can see cells on both sides. At
Mhm.
this point, they're mostly above water.
yeah, closer to you is more above water. So the water in these cells that are near you probably, I mean, like I said, it's about mid-thigh here. So probably about that. Give me a quick perception check.
Anybody have tracking? Can we see if anybody's gone this way?
Really rough in the water.
25.
Well, it could be- I mean, if
25.
there's mold on the sides of the walls, there could be something roughed up where you can
Right.
see.
And I don't have survival, which is what you use for tracking. I mean, I have a point in it, but that's not my thing.
Yeah, I've got a couple points in survival.
Race idea of survival is getting a decent hotel room,
Yes,
calling room
Seems like a
service.
weird place for setting up camp for doing anything.
yeah, I got a 12, so I'm not sure if I see anything.
I think with all the furious typing, I'm getting a note. One moment, please.
One moment, please. All right, so Erendar, what are you looking to do? You're just trying to see if you can find any tracks?
Any trace of someone coming through here. Now, obviously, there's not gonna be tracks because I can't see at the bottom, of the water. Looking more like, scuffs on the bars as we walk past, or just
There's a lot of damage as you go down there, and Poe is sort of taking going sort of on the counter. Yeah, you don't see anything that looks like tracks. There's a lot in the areas that are not completely, flooded. There's a lot of mud, and it's just sort of like swirled around. You don't see anything specifically that looks like tracks. Not with a certainly not. With a
or
12.
anything that looks fresh. I guess.
Yeah, right. I was gonna say with if anybody else had passed through here, if they had grabbed a hold of one of the bars to help push them along, they might have rubbed some of the goo off of
Mud
it.
on there.
And
Yeah.
so there could be potentially traces that someone or something else has been through here
Yeah.
that don't necessarily involve footprints or
Right. Yeah, you don't see anything like that. There's no breadcrumbs. Vondram, what were you rolling there? With the 7? What were you looking to do?
And you're
You're
muted,
muted.
by the way.
Maybe survival.
Yeah, it was a survival, but I found my thumb and I was really happy I found my thumb.
It was really muddy and it took you a minute to find it, but you did eventually.
and now you've
Um,
washed it off and it's all good and shiny again.
That's right. We're ready to roll.
Judy, stop it.
All right. So Wraith, did you get the
I
messages?
did. I
Okay.
did. And as we move in, because right now everybody's behind me in that main hallway. So I'm going to do another half move
Okay.
to get
I'm
down
still
to
about 10-15 feet behind you, so
here.
All right.
And I'll do another perception check.
Okay.
And this is for anything moving in the water, bubbles, anything that would suggest that there's a potential problem. So
Okay.
24, 25 for traps.
All right. So Erendar, you see Wraith sort of move deeper into the water, and he's looking real hard at these cells and kind of looking backwards. Wraith, with a 24, you see something in these cells behind you begin to move and begin to come out of the water. You also start to see stuff come out in this area as well near you.
Okay. So I'm going to call to everyone. How deep is the water where I am?
Again, still about thigh deep.
So I'm going to call to everyone to retreat back to here. Actually, don't everybody pile there, but retreat back to the choke point.
Is this drying out where I'm at, Les, up here? Is that what the blue?
It's relatively dry, yeah.
Okay, well, I'll mention that as people start coming up, that there's a dry area this way.
Wraith turns around and yells, "Everybody back to the choke, get back." Erendar, as you're sort of like watching him, he turns around and you see sort of this creature kind of like come up out of the water. You look at him and it is a skeleton.
Oh, shit.
And it's got a big rusty scimitar in his hand. About the time you're like, "Oh crap," another one sort of rises up with a clatter.
Oh, wait.
And it's got a, that, and then next thing you know, in all the cells on both sides are like, they're standing up, and water's like splooshing around as these skeletons stand up and begin to come forward out of the cell, sliding through the gates to get at you. Let's roll for a niche.
7th voyage of the Sinbad time. An 8. I rule.
Nice.
The world's slowest monk.
You're just contemplative. Don't you think about it before you run in to start kicking mimics in the face and getting your limbs stuck. You got to give that due consideration.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Wow, they are fast for bones. Hold on a sec.
Heck yeah, they are.
Especially bones have been sitting in the water for a while. Ooh, wow. All right, everybody ready? Everybody in?
Yes, so.
All right, round one. Let's get this show on the road.
Hey, Les, one quick question. How big are the quarters? Like 5 foot wide and how tall?
5 foot wide and about 8 to 9 feet tall. They're relatively tall, but the problem is the water is slowing you guys down. So anywhere that you see blue on the floor, that's where there's water, and it's between, it's between knee and thigh high. So that's going to slow you down to that at best 3/4 speed, and in some cases, the deeper you are into it, half speed. Where Wraith is right now, for example, he's still at 3/4, but if he was to go deeper down there, it would probably be half speed. In the meantime, though, Vondram, it's your turn. As the skellies begin to come up and reach through and slip through the corroded bars of their former cells.
What I was trying to figure out whether enlarging Ono would be silly in this space.
It'd be tight.
Yeah.
I would have to, yeah.
Yeah.
I would get.
Okay. Wow. I
Are you?
think
Oh,
I think
go
I'm
ahead.
just I think I'm just going to move and start to summon a monster.
Okay. Let me know what creature you plan to summon, so that I can have an icon ready, and let me know it's what its hit points are going to be, if you have that handy.
Okay. I will.
All right, cool. All right, so that's Vondram. Vondram's the thing. The rest, these guys begin coming out as the skeletons try to draw breath and attack. They slip out into the hallway and begin to swarm you as they attack through the corroded bars. In some cases, they slip out and begin to step into the hallway to come after you.
Okay.
So 2 on Arendare, 3 on Wraith. Let's see. All right, they are using broken weapons, broken corroded weapons. Essentially, some of them have scimitars or cutlasses. Some of them have long pieces of metal which may have been, shorn from some sort of cot or something like that. These are all just sort of like makeshift weapons, but still potentially lethal in the right hands. All right, on Arendare. Natural 1. That's a good way to start things off. Let's go ahead and roll to confirm that fumble. 13 hit you?
So
No.
Damn it. All right, so let's check on what a skeleton fumble looks like. Shit. You're surrounded by foes. Your attack critically hits an ally within reach, which would be the next skeleton over. So he's trying to reach you. You dodge out of the way, and he clocks his skeleton friend and crits him. So double. Well, let's do the chart. Why not? So critical melee hit. Max damage, mace to the face. So all right, so max damage in this case is D6. Basically he tries to kill you. The scimitar goes awry, clocks this guy in the skull, and you see the red eyes go out. He falls backwards back into the water and sinks below the surface. He killed his own friend. He looks over, he's like, oh,
I didn't do that.
Will? So he seems a bit, as chagrined as a mindless skeleton undead can be. He seems unhappy with that. That also ruins the second attack on you.
Yeah.
So
Thanks, Bob.
here are the attacks on Wraith. First one. Oh my fucking god.
Bumble.
Let's try that again, shall we? Oh, he nat
That's
20 it.
just,
So
that's just not a hit.
it's just not a hit. So all right, next attack. 16 hit you?
No, it does not.
14 hit you?
No, it does not.
All right, so they're clattering around and you're backing up. You see one goes down. You're like, Arendar, I can't believe you killed that one already. And now it's Titus's turn. Titus, you're standing backwards. You're starting to see all these skeletons begin to pour out of these cells.
He's thinking, barbecue ribs.
I mean, much meat on them.
So would it make more sense for me to just cast Bless or run up to Arendar and do Mage Armor?
Mage armor would not help.
Mage armor. won't
Yeah,
help
it
Arendar.
won't stack. It helps Ono a lot, but it wouldn't help Arendar.
Okay, I'll cast Bless.
Bless. Okay.
Seems like
Is everybody in range?
50 feet.
50 feet. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So everyone is blessed. That is awesome. We'll just put that. Now, how long is that going to last?
I'm pretty
I
sure
didn't know
that's
there was gonna be a
minutes per
quiz.
level.
Yeah,
One
that's-
round. Oh, it's minutes.
I'm
Five
pretty sure.
minutes.
I'm pretty sure Bless is minutes per level.
All right, we'll just take it out of there. All right, beautiful. Great. Titus, you want to, I don't know, get down there and splash in the water a little bit? Maybe go and tackle a skeleton?
No, I'm not keen on skeletons.
Really going to be your only opportunity, I think.
Well,
Aren't you a sorcerer, Andrew?
yes.
You can't do bless. That's a cleric spell.
Apparently I can. It's because I'm an ASMR.
Yeah, he
Oh,
gets.
it's a special
Yeah.
thing you have?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
Wraith, you're up.
Okay, so where I'm at, I'm thigh deep in water. So at this point, it's not considered difficult terrain yet, or it is?
No, it is not, but
Okay.
it is 3/4 speed.
Okay. 5, 10, 15.
So you could get 20 then.
5, 10, 15, 20. So I'm going to move to here and I'm going to use, damn it, this uncentered map. I'm going to use acrobatics to try to get through this without suffering attacks of opportunity.
Okay. Let's see your acrobatics check.
26.
Not a problem.
So that's one move. But they were not able to get attacks on me. And then
Mhm.
I'm going to arrow Bob or Bill
Okay.
because he's already depressed.
It was Bob.
Bob, whatever. He's depressed. So 26 to hit,
That will hit.
4 points of damage.
Did not kill him.
And wait. I have
Wait.
to ask, do skeletons bleed?
I'm no doctor, but
I'm not a physician, but
Ugh.
I did stay in a fancy hotel last night.
I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last
Holiday Inn
night
Express,
where
yeah.
the skeletons did not bleed.
So he marrows for 2 extra points of damage.
Marrows. Actually, they have a certain amount of damage reduction against against pointed weapons. So yeah, your arrow only doing 3 points of damage.
4 points.
4 points rattles around in this thing's rib cage, but you're not sure you did any real damage to it.
Okay, note to self, switch to blunt arrows.
There you go. All right, is that it for you, Wraith?
That's move and attack.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Vondram. I will get that in a moment. These guys begin coming out when I hit the thing. Skeleton warriors. Sinbad, you bastard.
No, they're yelling at Bob.
Somebody has to have an AoE attack at this point.
Somebody
All
has to
right.
have a what?
So they are pouring out of there.
Area of
Arend-
effect.
Arendar and Wraith, give me perception check real quick. Arendar 17. So Arendar, you're closest. You think that beyond these skeletons, so there's a fair amount of skeletons that are sort of like crowding out here and making all kinds of like splooshy noises with their bones and swinging pieces of metal around. But you think that you see some water moving deeper down into the cell block. There might be more skeletons down there.
Okay.
All right. All right. That's so I have a couple of attacks. So 1, 2, 3 attacks on you. Let's go ahead and see if I can manage not to roll a 1. 18 hit you?
No.
13? 12? Okay, so they're just clanking on there. They're not scoring a lot, but if you get enough of them, there's going to be a problem. And they're certainly blocking the way.
Yeah, mathematically, it's
It's only a matter of time for you. All right. Arendar, you're next.
okay.
You have enough space to take a 5-foot step back if you want to.
Right. I'm gonna swing and then take a 5-foot step back.
Okay.
Jennifer, do you know the hit points on that?
Oh God.
22 slash. So that is a hit, 19 points of damage. Even with the DR, that's going to bring it down to 14, but that is enough to destroy. Which one are you were you attacking, Bob?
No. Bob's my buddy. I'm
The one in front of you?
no, to the left or west, whatever you want to say it.
All right, due west. All right, he crumbles in a clatter and sploosh of destroyed, crunched bones.
No, Bob's gonna get on my Christmas card list.
Less than that. Sorry.
And then take a 5-foot step back. Dang it.
Yeah, I know this map's uncentered, so you have to use Alt for everything.
It's not that uncentered.
No, I mean when you move.
Where we're at, it's exactly halfway. It's
Yeah.
like as bad as it can get.
What? No, it's lined up.
Not if you move your character to try to stay in this hallway. You have to Alt. It's not a big deal. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
We're
Huh.
good.
All right, I'm sorry. I thought this was all lined up. I can't.
It's a lovely map.
It is. It's a great.
No, I found a lot of these maps that aren't even to scale like across the whole map. So you can
Right.
Some
make
of them are a bitch to do, but I thought I had this one.
make one part of them fine and they're all perfect. And then you go to the other opposite end of the map and they're like halfway skewed off.
Juniper.
Sorry.
That's all
right.
good, Les. No biggie.
All right. Is that it for you, Arendar?
As I take a 5-foot step, I come on, Bob, let's go. Come on.
All right. Poe.
Yeah, I know there's skeletons down there. Did somebody say there's?
Yeah, I'll say, yeah,
Yeah.
say a bunch of skeletons, and it seems like there's even more further down. So if you're gonna do any cleric crap, wait until they all get here.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna move down to the doorway and say, get out of the way, I'll burst them.
Get out of the way. I'll burst them, he says. All right. So you're
Yes,
just stepping in there and.
If you got, 3 more spaces left, you could go down right in front of me and pull the trigger.
I don't want to get down in there. I'm 4.5 feet tall. I'm gonna be
Well, and
floating if I get down in
He'll be
there.
like, oh, I'm going to burst by the power of Desna. Fuck you.
At this point where you are, you could literally get all of them.
All of them. Yeah,
That
I
was-
mean, I was gonna do that, but are there more than? I got.
I said that I see movement further down, so I think there's more of them further down.
Well, but there's something moving further down. We don't know if that's skeletons. They haven't come out of
Right.
the water yet. But where you're standing at the top of there, 30 feet burst actually literally hits all of them.
Vondred's gonna say he'd prefer you do it now before his summoned creature.
Right?
Well, that's not gonna hurt the summon creature. But yeah, okay, I'll just do it. I'll do it now. That's might as well.
All right.
I got-
A burst against undead. Let's have it.
Oh, and
Make sure you exclude Bob.
Bob was not excluded. 7 points. Well, so as this thing rolls out and it goes out 30 feet, right?
Yeah.
All right, so the burst rolls out, and you see all these creatures, including Bob, sadly. But this wave of divine energy radiates out from Poe, and just sort of like rolls over, and you can see this sort of like they just powder in the face of this divine energy, and all of these skeletons sort of crumble away and fall back into the water.
Bob, no.
Wow, well done.
Bob, with his red scully eyes, looks at you, Arendar, and he's like, and then he goes away.
Nicely done.
I killed my friend for you. This is the thanks I get. But yeah, all of them sort of like, the energy sort of just like plows into them, and they just discombobulate, and they turn into either powder or they crumble, and they all fall back into the water. You can see pieces of like bone and like whitish dust floating on top of the water, and sort of sitting there. But you do now, as they tumble back into the water, Arendar, you can see more clearly that there is some movement down to the thing, and you can see that it's something there's something moving under the water, and it's moving your way. Your suspicion is that it is more skeletons coming forward.
Okay. Then I think we'll all probably just take a 5-foot step back, and then we'll just kind of hold this line right here.
Okay, Poe, what about you? Now's the time. You can get back at all the problems associated with the mimic. Now's your chance. Put your hand through some skulls.
I'll just wait till they all.
And you're a strong swimmer. Don't forget that.
No, Ono's a strong swimmer.
All right. Unless there still looks like there's a live skelly in this bunch, dude.
Did I miss one?
I think so.
Oh yeah, I see him. Yeah, they're all doomed, and they fall back under the water.
There we go. Or float away on it.
Yeah, you could see bone fragments and sort of bone dust and grossness, sort of floating away on the top of the water. There's a skim of osteo related crap, but
See,
the
they
bulk
do
of them,
bleed.
the bulk of them have sunk underneath the water.
They bleed dust.
They bleed dust. They're dust bleeders. All right, Ono, what about you? What do you think?
Yes, sir. Do I see any of these creatures?
Give me a perception.
I mean, I don't see anything in sight of me. Perception.
You have to peek around the corner to see.
Oh yeah, because of the walls, the way the walls are set up. Yeah, you can't from where you are, you can't see any of them.
Okay. I don't want to rudely brush past my colleagues here.
Sure.
I'm gonna call out. Where are they?
South.
South. Okay.
In front of me.
I'm gonna run south. Les, can I run south to here?
Well, sort of. I mean, it's thigh-high water, so running is sort of like, when you run in the pool kind of thing. It's very sort of sloshy. You can do about 3/4 of your speed. Now, I realize that your barbarian monks or your monk speed is much faster than everything else. So you kind of like slip through the water very sinuously. So you can move a little farther. But yeah, I mean, what's your speed? Your normal speed?
40.
All right, so 3/4 of that, you can move 30.
Yes, sir.
So 6 squares. So you're just gonna push in front of everybody. And
Yes,
yeah. So when you get to there,
Uh-huh.
and I'll just go ahead, use the Alt key to sort of get yourselves
Gotcha.
back into the thing.
Okay.
You could see that there are at least a half a dozen more skeletons sort of rising up out of the water, and you can see them. That you can only see some of them you can only see like from the from the nipplage area up. Sort of sloshing through the water, and they've got their scimitars out.
I see.
As they come forward, and there's more movement behind them.
Well, that's no way to take care of a scimitar, keeping it underwater. Ono is horrified by the undead. He's a lawful good teenager. He's this is terrible. I'm gonna step forward. I guess I can't reach them and strike them.
No, you could do another movement, and then you would be amongst them.
No,
But
I'll pass.
you won't be able to attack.
Are these cells here?
Yes.
Gotcha. All right. So and this is just a corridor. So they've got us kind of lined up.
Yeah, it's kind of a corridor. Now you can move in and out of the cells, but it's difficult. You have to sort of like slip through the bars and stuff like that. There's some open gates, and you can see that some of them are like where the bars have sort of rotted away and stuff like that.
Okay.
There are ways to sort of get in through there, but right now you're in the central corridor essentially.
Right. Well, my thought is this: since we can't all, it's like we're being herded or maneuvered by both the cramped space and the water. What if if I step into here and somebody here, sorry, let me just step into the cell here, step in the doorway and stand ready in the doorway. And if somebody else stood here, then we could get the skeletons one at a time when the skeletons mindlessly charge forward.
Go do that.
Before you step in, I'm going to tell you that I'm summoning some creatures to help corral them up to you and take them out as they go. So that might give you some flanking too.
Okay, cool.
Stand and face them.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna say I'm gonna step in the cell and flank and strike any skeleton that comes up.
All right, so you're sort of posted up in like an op fire sort of situation.
Yes, sir.
All right, sounds good. All right, we go to round 2. Vondram, do you have the hit points on those guys?
I sent them to you. I sent it to you in a whisper.
I missed it.
It was too quiet.
3d8.
Oh, 3d8. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll that.
They should have an actual hit point total.
13.
If it says it's 3 hit die, usually it says how many hit points.
13.
13. Okay, cool. I'll just use the 13. And there's do you want to go ahead and roll the 1d3?
You can.
All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll. I'm going to roll. It's going to be half of this. So 1, just the 1 is going to show up.
Okay.
All right.
And I'll roll, remind me.
And so this is where I thought you wanted him put, right about there?
Nope. South of the creatures.
All the way south.
Yes, please.
Gotcha. All right. So you want to go as far as here?
Well, I want to be where I can get a full attack less, so I guess I need you to put it right.
All right. Let me make
Here,
sure
maybe?
that you can see. He's going to give off some light. Okay. Can you see him pretty easily?
I can.
Okay. So you want to move him up to, well, so give me a quick perception check first of all.
Can I, well, okay, I guess I really can't see is what you're getting at, right?
Well, no, you should be able to see through Squiddly Diddly. Can you?
Yep, 17.
17. All right. So what Squiddly will tell you is, I'll send you a message. Hold on a second.
I just want to line him up so he can get a full attack when they move. That's all.
Okay. I'll go ahead and, since Squiddly can see them, I'm going to go
I'm
ahead.
going to tell everybody that from where he's at, there's a couple here, but there's a lot more coming up. Lots more coming up. Is there a way we can shut this down, this corridor?
We got to go down that way.
That's the only way
They're,
down?
they're an abomination anyway. I'll get rid of them. We just need to let them get all together, and I can do one more shot and get rid of them.
Okay, then that being said, then I'm going to pull Squiddly Widdly into a cell to hang out, and then he can be an escort for us once Poe cleans it out and we're moving again.
Okay.
I'll pull some jerky out and sit back and watch the demolition of the skeletons, I guess.
All right. 1 second. All right. Oh, boy. All All right. So that's you, Vondram. All right. So Squiddly Diddly's there, and he's gonna. So you did get an. Do you want to take an attack first, or?
I mean, I guess I can attack, but I'm not gonna take an attack of opportunity from it, right?
No.
Okay, yeah, I'll take an attack. Is
Okay.
that a full attack then? Where he's at? Did it work out like that?
So for summoned creatures that you spent the previous round doing, they do get a full attack.
Yeah.
So that would be, oh, wow. So that's the arm,
Okay.
that's the bite.
All right. So the arm attack is a critical hit, and the bite attack will strike as well.
So the arm is plus,
This is a great one. All right. All right. So the arm attack is a critical. Do you want to use the chart, or do you want to use double damage? Or
I'm trying to figure out the damage, but honestly, this is weird. I don't recognize the way this animal is set up. And somebody else, like, Mike, will you look up the squid with me?
Okay.
I'm sure I did it right now. It's no clear damage, like I'm not seeing it properly.
Squid. Hold on a second. Let's.
D3 +2 for the bite. Then it's D4 +1 for the tentacle.
Where are you seeing the D4?
At melee.
Oh, I'm on some other SRD,
Gotcha.
D20SRD.org, I guess. I'm in a weird place. Okay, so what is it? D4 +2?
It's D3 +2 for the bite and D4 +1 for the tentacle.
Nope, shit. That's the first one's the bite plus,
Okay.
and then the D4 is
2 + 1, so 3, 6. Okay, yeah. So between the bite and the thing, and a really, if you had gone to the chart, it was a really apropos one called Chip Bone on that. So really on point for a skeleton attack. But yeah, you managed to kill the creature that you're attacking. The Squiddly Diddly manages to rip one apart.
Squiddly Diddly is going to squid himself right over to a cell and hang out, and he'll act as our escort since sounds like Poe's going to annihilate them.
Okay, sounds good. Titus, your Aasimar blood is boiling.
It's boiling.
It's boiling at the front of these creatures. They are abominations.
They are abominations. I like to piss in their empty eye sockets.
That went in
But-
a weird direction.
I don't see a move for me. I'm gonna hold off.
You're gonna hang back. You're gonna go on like op fire.
I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna hang back.
Well, so basically, op fire is the idea of like you're gonna hold your turn until some sort of condition occurs, and then you're gonna say, "Okay, I'm gonna go now."
Yeah.
All right. But what you could also is basically hold until such time as you want to re-enter the thing. It's at a different point. You can do as well.
Okay. Well, I'll hold because I can't think of a specific condition unless one of them presents an empty eye socket.
Gotcha. Okay. So we'll keep that in mind. All right, Wraith.
So I'm gonna do a 5-foot step to here.
Okay.
Damn it all. To here, beside
Yes.
Poe.
Use the alt key. There you go.
I did. So I'm gonna make a 5-foot step beside Poe. I'm gonna call to Arendar and Ono and suggest that they fall back behind the pinch point since Poe can take care of these. And then I'm gonna go on op fire with a blunted arrow
Okay.
so that in the event any of these undead things actually make it to melee range within polearm, I'm going to shoot them.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. All right. These things pour out of their cells. So this guy is those wait, who's this one? All right, so these middle ones, they come out of their cells into the central hallway and begin moving forward, groaning with disgusting well, I don't know, they probably wouldn't move that far, but they're moving up to here. So they're getting closer and closer, swooshing through, coming out of the water, raising their sabers and swords and clubs and old rusty corroded maces. The other two sort of fall in behind and they clatter against each other as they jockey for position, trying to get at you guys, trying to get through there. They're all sort of clambering in the hallway. Why are you doing that there? They're all sort of clambering in the hallway, trying to get up there, and it's a huge amalgam of bones and rusted weapons and glowing eye sockets that Titus looks on with jealousy because of the distance, but can't really do anything. They can't move fast enough to get close to you, but Arendar, they will next round. And it's your turn. Your Falcata screams out to crush the skulls.
Well, Ray said get back, so I'm gonna get back.
You're gonna listen to Wraith in a combat situation?
I do that on occasion.
That's crazy.
Not
All
all
right, so you get it right. Poe, you find yourself staring down that hallway as a cluster of maybe as many as a dozen, maybe more skeletons are lurching forward, raising their weapons, and they see you, and they're just like,
Yeah, how deep is the water where I'm at?
where you're at about knee deep.
And if I go in 20,
Oh, well, you're a dwarf, thigh deep.
if I go in 20 feet, how deep would it be if I go right next to them?
Yeah, well, it'll get you close. Yeah.
How deep would it be here, though?
Like it gets to about thigh deep right here, so it's probably up to your waist.
All right,
It
so
will
that's-
affect your speed.
Yeah. All right. Well, I want to get close enough where I can affect as many as I can, which is 30 feet. So if I get here,
Should I give you an aura to help you sort of see?
Yeah, sure. 30-foot around.
Hold on a second. Let's give you.
It looks like if you go your full 20 feet, you'll be able to blast all of those.
So that Poe, you can see that, right?
Yep.
All right.
15, 20. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna burst one more time.
I always imagine these bursts just going boof. A rolling wave of divine energy just blasts backward, and these things just sort of like domino backwards as they crumble into dust and fall into the water. They just simply just disappear as they go back. Sadly, though, as they are all destroyed, you see two lone ones at the back sort of look at each other, and they seem to have been out of the range of your burst, and they continue forward after you.
Okay.
Oh no.
Left you one. Oh no.
All right, thank you. All right, great. Can I get to that guy?
That's a dead one.
Oh, okay.
He's fallen back into it's sunk below the
Oh, I see. Got it.
water.
Okay. Well, it seems like we're dealing with these guys handily. And the water gets deeper toward
It
him?
does. It does.
I'm not going to go there.
Okay, you're just gonna hang back?
Yes, sir.
All right.
And did somebody suggest that we all fall back to here?
Yeah, so Polearm basically said fall back around the corners. Wraith basically, I think it was Wraith who said it. Fall back around the corners. Let Poe get in there and deliver the purge.
Okay.
So yeah, it would not be anything for you to kind of get back into the main hallway there.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna stand here and just kind of be ready to punch anything that jumps out at Poe, just in case.
Okay, leap into action as the times may call for.
Yes, sir.
All right, sounds good. So that sounds like op fire to me.
Yes, sir.
Vondra, you gonna do anything?
Nope.
Squidly gonna go down there and bust one of those guys up?
Nope, I don't know where Squidly went, but I'm gonna wait and use him as an escort.
He's right here. You should be able to control him, by the way.
That's funny, I do not see him.
Ooh, I might have accidentally fungoed and sent him to the GM layer, which I did indeed. There he is. Can you see him now?
Yep, I do.
Okay.
He's just applauding with his little fins at the prowess of Poe, but his little arms.
Well, they
are-
killed one. I mean, he could still like swim in there and bust. There's a couple down at the very bottom that seem to be still moving.
Well, that's right. Are we going to move this direction?
Yep. And he
Okay,
can
well,
swim.
he'll go
He
down.
can swim between the bars too. He's small enough.
Okay, so he'll go down and attack the first one he sees as we move.
All right, sounds good. 9's a miss. 17's a hit.
And that would be the 3 + 1. So 2.5.
So half of 3 would be 2. Plus 1 is 3. So it is injured. You're just ripping pieces of it, but it's like, "Oh, what is this fucking squid doing here?" So yeah,
there's only 2 though that he sees, right?
yeah. There's only 2 down there. He doesn't
And
see any others under the water.
Andrum's going to share that with everybody. That at the moment the squid only sees 2. Took a bite out of one.
How many rounds does Squidly hang out?
I will check to see. I thought they hung out until they were killed.
Well, usually they get killed before they get summoned back, but summoned creatures don't last long. We've always envisioned that there's some sort of cocktail bar for summoned creatures. They go back and, what happened to you this time? Oh man, you wouldn't believe it. They threw me in front of some demons.
Around the level, isn't it? I think so. It would be five rounds,
I don't know. I had to get to Pathfinder. I was in some weird.
unless you got something special going on.
Yeah, there's like the minor animal sitting at the bar shaking, dude.
rounds to level.
What
So
they did
5
to me
rounds.
this time.
5 rounds.
All right. Sounds good. That will be 1 off. So Titus, you were on hold. You're hanging back. You could see Poe has stepped in and is blasting away with divine energy. Makes you feel a little jealous, frankly.
I'm quite jealous. In fact, I may go stand behind him on add a little more light and go, dude, stop making me look so bad.
All right.
You can have the
He
last 2. I'm done, man. I'm not going to waste another one on these.
well, there's a couple more down there. You could see. So Titus, you could see that they are. I mean, they are sort of coming through above the water. You could see them.
Well, let's see. I don't know that there's much I can do to them. Let's see. What are they?
Skeletons.
Skeletons.
Skeleton warriors. We're scraping back to the classics. We got mimics. We got skeletons. This is classic D&D, man.
Okay.
We'll have some orcs up next.
Well, let's see. I'm just wondering if burning hands will reach that far. No,
No, probably not. It's a 30-foot cone, I believe.
I think it said 15.
Oh, it's a 15-foot cone. That's even
Yeah, I
more
think
of a
I'm
problem.
other than my good looks and my light, I'm about useless right now.
Yeah, 15-foot cone's not getting far. That's it right there.
So I'm just gonna go. I
Okay.
want to cheer on Poe and oh no.
All right, sounds cool. Wraith hanging back.
No, I'm gonna go 5, 10. I'm gonna take half movement to here. Half movement to here. And then I'm going to tell Poe to lean to the left. And I'm gonna fire at this one with a blunted arrow.
Okay.
Potential crit.
Ooh, yeah, that's a nailed it. All right. 18 will confirm the crit. Do you want the chart or the dam?
Give me the chart.
All right. Stand aside. Target suffers max damages and pushed 1 square in any direction.
Okay, so max damage would be 10.
Okay. Well, then we
And
don't
I'm
have to worry
guessing
about
that-
which direction it's going in because it's
that
going
pushes
down
him-
into the water.
Yeah, I was gonna say that pushes him to dust, right?
It does. Yeah, you nail him right in the skull. It destroys the skull. You see the red lights of the eyes wink out, and it slowly sinks down into the water. You got another one of those? Or you're gonna let Squiddly Diddly handle the last one?
I moved, so I only get the single attack.
Gotcha. All right, Squiddly
That one's a
Diddly is.
verm. That one's a verm. If
No,
anybody-
he hadn't been injured.
Yeah,
No, I
hadn't
mean
been
the
hit.
other, the one on the other side of the squid is a verm. If anybody can hit it before.
Oh yeah, that
Squid.
one's been hit before.
That's true.
Who hit it?
Me,
Squiddly.
Oh,
go ahead,
right.
take the verm. Take the verm. It's yours.
Damn it! I should have hit the other one.
All right. So he's going to try and hit the squid with his scimitar. Oh, for fuck's sake. He made
Don't
verm
worry.
himself.
This one's gonna execute himself.
Does 12 hit the squid?
No. I believe she said the AC was 13.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Or was that the hit points? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
13.
Yeah, AC 13. So
All right. That is a fumble. That's not. That doesn't work.
dislocated shoulder, which for a skeleton is lethal.
All right, so this is an odd fumble. You meant to do that, is the name of the fumble. It says move 10 feet in a random direction and provoke attacks of opportunity as normal, which means squid will get an attack of opportunity. So let me just go ahead and roll this to figure out what direction he works. 7, so 3, 4, 5, 6. So he moves sideways 10 feet, which is him leaving a threatened square. He bonks up against that wall, and Squid gets an attack of opportunity. A single attack. This may finish him. Oh, that's a hit.
It is.
It is
Okay.
indeed.
So that's the D6. Hey,
2. Is it got any pluses?
1.
Yeah.
2 + 1 is 3, and that is exactly how many hit points that skeleton had. Here, I've got it all ready to go. I had it all ready to go. Where is it? I have nothing ready now.
There we go.
There we go. All right, the squid kills the last one, rips his skull from his body, tosses it into the ground, and it slowly sinks into the water, and we fall out of initiative. As you guys look oddly around you, is like, did that really happen? Did they bring out a mimic and skeletons in one set of encounters? That's
Yeah.
so
It is
old school.
Old school for sure.
All right, but now you guys find yourself in a fairly moist jailhouse. Like I mentioned before, the cells themselves are largely corroded. You can move in and out of them. The skeletons seem to have been inside the cells, but under the water. So they were sort of waiting, I guess, for people or intruders to sort of disturb the area. The way this is set, because it's built into the things, there are ways around the edges so you can get to various cells on the back sides. But yeah, the path that you guys are taking leads down into the water. It looks pretty deep. You look, I mean, Poe, from where you're standing, I mean, you're waist deep now. You're looking over here and you can see that there's maybe 1.5 feet to the top of the cells. You're guessing that water down there is probably at least 5 feet and probably closer to 6 feet deep.
We need a raft. That's what Vodverm's going to say to Poe.
A rack.
Can you send the
Rack.
squid around to look?
To look and see.
Got a couple more rounds.
Anything worth going down there?
Oh, I thought this was where we had to go.
Well, so
we
there's a
thi-
bunch of.
We
oh,
think
go
it
ahead.
is, but we're not entirely certain. So if you
He's
can
at the
recon-
max. He can't see any further.
Hmm.
Can you light
I'm
him
gonna
up?
bet it's where there isn't water, which over on the west side, there was an area that stopped having water in it. So I'm betting it's over up here. But I mean, we still got to check it out.
So
Yeah.
Squid sort of wanders around down here, and you can see Squid finds that there is a door underwater down at the bottom for you guys left corner of the cell block. Squid doesn't see any more doors other than that.
Can Squid here? Squid's here.
Squid is yeah, you just moved him, so Squid's right there.
But can Squid hear? Do they have
Sure,
ears?
absolutely. Yeah.
Does Squid have a perception?
Why I can't see why not. Absolutely. Squids hunt. They must be able to hear, see, smell, all those kind of things. Give me a perception check for
I've
Squid.
got a listen skill of +7.
Okay.
Guess we'll use that.
20. Okay. For squid. All right. All right. So. All right. I'll send you a message. Okay. I just sent you a message. Before squid winks back to the place from which he is from.
Here's what Squid has to say. I can smell creatures of the deep past this portal, creatures of evil that live in the ocean and murder everything they see. I advise you not to go past here. So what eats squid? Shark?
No, squid knows what sharks are. If it was sharks, he would have said sharks. Plus you're in, this is fresh water here, right? So the flooding that's taking place here is river water. This is fresh water, not salt water.
Well,
But he did say that these are creatures of the ocean, which squid would know.
Live in the ocean. Yeah, you're right. So we're dealing with the Hydromancer that we think is the bad guy. So Hydromancer could conjure up any type of. I thought about that, doing a drain, but it only goes so far. I mean, it's only the pit. I don't think it holds as much water as we see.
Yeah, there's a fair amount of water in here.
30-foot deep by 10 feet cube.
Yeah.
So that's what?
It dropped the water a little bit, maybe, so we could walk up easier. Could do that so we can cross it without having to have, I don't know, Carius possibly. I just don't know how far the water goes, so I didn't want to blow the spell.
Got it. How many pit spells can you do?
Well, actually, I've already done one today with the fish.
Got it.
So
Okay.
300, is that 300 cubic feet or 3,000 cubic feet? I'm thinking of 30 feet deep, 10-foot square. I think it's 3,000.
30 by 30 by 10.
Hmm.
No, 10 by 10 by 10 times.
So it's
10 by 10 by 30.
100
So I think it's 3,000 cubic feet.
Yeah, it's 3,000. Now that's going directly south, right?
Uh-huh.
What's this over here on the left side?
You're not sure. You can see through that over there. It looks like a bend. That wall looks like natural wall, like stone cave wall or something like that.
What happened to Squiddy? Did he move?
He went back to the place from whence he came.
Oh, we've been 5 rounds.
Yeah.
No more insider information.
So yeah, he said that he can smell creatures of the deep past this portal, creatures of evil that live in the ocean and murder everything they see. I advise you not to go past here. Squid would know sharks. He did not say sharks. He said creatures of the deep, creatures of evil.
Evil octopus? Octopus eats squid.
Octopus, he knows.
Water demons.
Maybe something. He did. It's interesting that he did not say the name. Your guess is, I mean, you don't know. I mean, do you have knowledge nature?
Limited, I think.
Okay. Anybody got knowledge nature that they might want to lay out on this?
I think I do.
Not.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
do. A little bit. Let's see.
And while they're doing that, I want to move over to here
Okay.
because it seems, oof.
Nice.
This cell is broken open and it comes up to this sort of squiggly line between.
Yeah, that's not a squiggly line. That is a stone wall. So it looks like as you look and examine that over there, it looks like this cell block was carved out of the stone, sort of underneath the ground. This is because you're underground right now. So that is
Right.
a stone wall. It's not flat cut, but sort of naturally cut, which is why it has that sort of squiggly aspect to it. You can actually see that it sort of goes down to the south as well. The west side of the cell block is not uniformly shaped. It looks like they
Right.
hollowed out as much as they wanted to, and then built the cell block in there and said to hell with it.
Is that a door at the very end?
At the very where? Yes, that's the door that Squid talked about.
Oh,
Right.
I thought he was talking about something over here. Okay.
No, it's down at the very sort of left. Yeah, and it is completely submerged, this door.
Well, there's no other, we've kind of looked everywhere else. I don't think there's anywhere else to go.
Have we all looked for hidden doors?
I don't, it doesn't kind of make sense that they would have secret doors in prison cells.
Not the prison cells, up in the other area. No, you're right, that doesn't make a lot of sense.
So what I was looking for here was, and again, it's I guess a little bit meta, but this doorway, I guess I didn't realize went south. I thought it maybe went up into this gray area.
Which doorway?
This one right
Oh,
here.
I see what you're talking about. Yeah, no, well, yeah, no, that goes to the south.
Yeah, that goes to the south. I was thinking we needed to get over here. And
As
then
far as you
if-
can tell, there's no way over there. Everything on that side, you can see Lorelei is over on the other side. That's all raw stone there. That
Yeah.
looks like it's been hollowed out a bit, but it's not been finished. So it's more like cave wall.
Right. So apparently, the way it appears we need to go is south through that door, which is, I believe, going to be underwater, right?
Yeah.
It's largely underwater. Yeah. I mean, there's a little bit of air at the top of the thing. So maybe, so I mentioned that the ceilings are like 8 or 9 feet tall. So there's about 1.5 feet of air, but the door itself is submerged.
No,
Who can swim?
I can swim. It's,
Oh.
and we have
Who can
potions.
hold their breath long enough? Who has access to air? While
Well, we all have potions of water breathing.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's right,
each
you saved
Simeon
it.
gave each of you a potion of water breathing with a 10-hour duration.
So basically,
might be
once we
fine.
pop this potion, there's no more resting. We can't get to a certain point.
Right, we have 10 hours.
So we pretty much have to do this one shot after that point.
Now, assuming the rest of it's underwater. Which, if we're dealing with a hydromancer, that's probably not
We're
an
going down
unrealistic
lower,
thing.
and yeah, it's a hydro. I'd say yeah.
So you're
So-
saying we should rest today, wake up with our
How
spells?
big was this place, Les? From the outside, did it look huge, or is it all buried under cliff?
It's all buried under the cliff. I mean, you guys came down. It was in a very small cargo door. There was a small sort of up above. There was a little platform, a little area where seemed like there maybe would be at a reception area, and then the stairs that go down to where where Rockfall was. It's bigger than it looks, certainly, but yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell from the outside. You're not sure.
Wouldn't be huge though, I wouldn't think. I mean, this is where the main prison is, so. Is anybody out of spells, or do we need to rest?
I've got just as many as I started with.
I was gonna say, I don't have spells, so that's kind of the question is, we have at this point the ability to sort of retreat up into this area, which seems in some cases fairly dry.
Yeah, I mean, there are places like over here where the dead body was. There's a fair amount of dryness there.
Well, and up here in this area, right?
Yeah,
Can you see
there are
where I'm
some.
pinging?
Yep.
There's some dry areas there. It's just a matter of, do we need it?
I'm down like 25% of my spells, but I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean we need to do it. It just means that's 25% I don't have.
How
Right.
many bursts are you down, or how many do you have left, Gordon?
I've used 2.
Yeah.
I just used the ones on the skeletons. I haven't done it since. I mean, if this hurricane's getting worse and worse, it feels like this is like a mission critical kind of thing
Yeah,
to
this
get
is-
done
this
as
is
soon as
urgent.
possible. Yeah, so I don't know that we got 12 hours that we can just hang out and rest, honestly. We might get up to the surface and find it's flattened.
We get to start over.
New campaign. Next module.
All right. So if we're going, I say we down the potions and go through the door. I mean, I don't mind going down and holding my breath and open the door and seeing what's on the other side first, but I'm guessing if it's already that deep there and we're going to continue to go in, I'm guessing it's getting deeper. Yeah, as long
Yeah,
as
I forgot it was a Hydromancer.
in this game, you can hold your breath for quite a while.
No, we shouldn't have to worry about with the potions. Not as much as the whatever evil creature was worrying Squidly.
Yeah. Other thing I'm worried about is fighting underwater. It doesn't work well for us. Martial types.
True. I mean, is this the underwater mission that we were supposed to do, or is it a distraction?
What's that?
I guess I'm not sure if we are well advised to spend our breathing potions now or wait till we
Absolutely need them.
yeah. I don't know.
And I have another question, because if the rest of this is going to be underwater, archery doesn't work underwater unless someone has
Yeah, archery doesn't work underwater, and my swings are all like -2 or -4.
Yeah, well, and archery doesn't work at all. So unless there's, and I don't know the answer to this, unless there's spells like free action or whatever that will allow.
Yeah.
Nothing at our level.
That could, yeah, I didn't.
At our
think
level,
so.
no, but yeah, there is free action that allows you to operate normally underwater. But yeah, that's a very expensive. That's
Yes, so we don't have that,
no. All we can do is breathe.
which means generally, once we get past this door, which apparently there's all sorts of evil underwater crap, Wraith is about useless. He has a short sword and a dagger. That's it. And he's marginally okay, but not very good with either.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, the only one. Oh no, becomes our tank front line because he's the only one that
We don't
his
want me
strikes
to
would not
be
be affected by it.
the
Well,
tank.
so the combat adjustments are so it depends on, you know, if you have a swim speed or if you make a successful swim check. You know, it attacks movements. Thrown weapons are ineffective underwater. Attacks with other ranged weapons take a -2 penalty on attack rolls for every 5 foot of water they pass through. So you're not completely unweaponed from an archery standpoint. You can still fire a bow, but it does take -2 for every 5 feet. So you got to be close.
I mean, the metagame, this module wouldn't exist if it sucked for everybody unless you were some water ninja. You know, it can't. It
Is
doesn't
that a
make
class?
sense.
Because I think we should all switch to it. We're all going to be water ninjas.
Yeah. So if you could just give us a level so we can all take a level in
We
water
can all-
ninja.
All right, you automatically all get a level in water ninja.
Let's
Yeah, I mean-
how deep is the water here?
Right now, so where you guys are standing right now, it's where you're standing. It's probably about 4.5 feet deep. So on your body, I mean, I don't know that you're extraordinarily tall, so probably belly button,
Oh no, it's 5'8".
5'8". So nipples,
I was going to
I was
say,
gonna say sternum.
yeah,
you up your upper chest there.
up to your teats.
Can I do a quick little swim down to here?
Sure, if you want.
What do I see?
Well, so I mean, are you swimming underwater? You're going to take a look underwater.
Yes, please.
All right, so you're going to dive down. Give me a perception check.
Sure. Well, I just checking things out real fast. Perception. Where are you? Right.
The irony, perception.
Right.
Where
So 15, you dive down into the water and you can see that it looks like where you're at right now is sort of the end of the cell block. You can see several sort of doors. You know, these little fellas here are doors that sort of are opened up, various kinds of things. They look like they may have been, I don't know, doors that lock together to sort of lock off this area. But yeah, I mean, other than that, you don't see anything specific. You certainly don't see anything malevolent.
Is there a door here?
Yeah, that's what's in the way of you as you swim around those. They're like sort of doors that are open but underwater.
I see. And how deep is the water here?
Probably about 6-7 feet.
All right, great. Okay. Can I swim a bit more
Sure.
down here? Just do.
You guys are all sort of standing up at the north watching Ono sort of swim around down there, and you're like, surely some octopus is going to grab him or something. He just doesn't have that kind of luck. Ono, as you swim past those doors, you see you can see the doorway, or the door that that the squid pointed out to Vondram, and Vondram pointed out to you guys, and that Wraith and those guys could sort of see from the other side. It's completely submerged. It's closed. It seems, however, to be in relatively good repair.
Okay.
It's not corroded like all the metal in the cell block and everything.
Okay.
The handle and the things look to be in decent repair, although they're submerged, so eventually it will be destroyed. But your guess is that this has been recently replaced with a serviceable door.
Sorry, is the door right here?
No. The door's right here.
So if you want to peek in there to see if it's completely submerged or if it goes back up, then you can let us know, and then we know if we need to off the potions or if we can wait.
And okay, sorry, what's to the north of me? What's all this?
That's like a little sort of hallway that goes up and services these cages up here. So it looks like that they use this little area that you're looking up as a way to get access to these other cells. They built some additional cells down here.
All right.
That's where their gates are.
I'm gonna go here, right here, and can I try this door? Is it locked?
Yeah, you can swim down and try it. Give it a shot.
Can I? Which?
Oh, is it locked? It is not locked.
Okay. Can I open that door?
Sure. You're holding your breath at this point.
Yes, sir.
Okay, hold on a second. Yeah, you can open that. It takes a fair amount of strength.
I bet it does.
I mean, the handle itself is fine, but it takes a fair amount of strength to push it open.
Right.
And you can see that there is like a little hallway that goes to the south and then bends over sort of to the southeast. That goes through there.
All right. You know what? I'm not gonna go in that room yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Sure, you don't want to go in there by yourself? You could.
I mean, I know how you like to split the party, but I'm not gonna oblige right now. Can I swim back north and rejoin Wraith and
through that? Yeah, the corrosion on those cells is sufficient enough that you can slip through there. Yeah, absolutely, you can join them.
I'm gonna go here and inform the party of what I have found.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, should we check out that submerged room? Maybe it's got some
Is it
clues.
completely submerged if you go further?
The door is completely submerged. Yeah.
No,
So,
like when you open the door and look past it, was it completely submerged, whatever was past it?
There was still some room between the surface of the water and the ceiling. So about 1.5 feet, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Vondram's going, no.
And now the squid said that in this room down here there are bad guys.
He said past the portal he could smell creatures of the deep, creatures of evil that live in the ocean and murder everything they see.
All right. Can I do some kind of check to I've got knowledge, religion, and knowledge history. Would either apply?
No, but didn't Poe, you did a 16 knowledge nature check, right?
Was it 16? Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so so basically your knowledge nature would be like, you would be curious about the fact that the squid referred to these things as creatures of the deep, which means that they were relatively unfamiliar to him, but but at least he had some knowledge of them, so that maybe the squids don't have a word for these creatures. A squid would, on the other hand, have a word for sharks, for octopuses, for sea urchins, anything normal that they would encounter that would be of the natural ocean world. They would have a word for it. These creatures seem to be beyond that.
I'm real curious what they are.
Oh, we're about to find out, I'm sure.
Well, why don't I swim back to here, and I'm gonna just peek.
Okay, just take a look around. Give me a
Yes, sir.
perception check, another perception check when you get a chance.
Okay.
In the meantime, Titus, Vondrum, Polarm, what are you guys doing up there? I mean, Arendar and Wraith are sort of investigating some of these things. Ono is swimming down at the south end of the area. What are you guys doing? You're still over there by the doorway, really. The entrance to the cell block.
Are you calling me a coward?
No, I'm just asking what the hell you're doing up there.
We're short, I'm short as hell, and
Titus, I have seen you act with such courage and bravery that no one could ever call you coward.
Not even Noel.
Polearm's just keeping a rear guard, and Lorelei is keeping an eye on.
I'll move a little
no.
farther down, just to add some light.
Okay.
Andre's just keeping his nipples out of the water.
I'll tell you what, moist nipples are no man's friend. That came out different than I hoped.
What the hell?
If
It
this
sounded-
water, if
Put it on the
Sounded differently in my head. I got to be honest with you.
if this
Um,
water is cold, you've already passed the point that has shut your spine down.
It's not super cold. I mean, Seaquen, generally speaking, it's relatively warm here. I mean, remember, you guys are sort of in sort of like Africa level equatorial areas. So the water is warm. It's not cold by any stretch of the imagination in this regard. So hypothermia, you don't have to worry about.
I was thinking more about stuff trying to get up into your body cavity, but okay.
Well, you have to go another room to. Well, we'll get to that.
We'll get there. So but this seems like this is literally the only way we have to go.
Yeah,
As far as you can tell, it's the only way out of the cell block from the south that you guys haven't come in.
Right. And so
To the
we
north-
went up top and we found that the stairwell was blocked, but the stairwell literally only got us here anyway,
Right.
or would have. So we have to go this direction. So at this point, it seems to me, and this will be Ray's sort of take on it, we need to get down there to just before the door. We need to give ourselves the ability to breathe water, and then we need to push in and see what we find.
yep.
Okay.
Because even though the squid warned us that there's bad stuff here, I mean, we kind of expected that there was going to be bad stuff here. So we either give up the quest we're on, or we have to push forward and see what kind of bad stuff and how to deal with it. And this, after he's already told you, if this whole thing is underwater, I'll do my best, but I'm not going to be as effective.
None of us are, so.
Exactly.
All
Titus
right,
will be.
Who will
let's
be?
go ahead and,
Titus will be.
Oh yeah, Titus will still be a badass, but the rest of us will be kind of gimped.
so let's go quaff our potions and head down there.
And that's just kind of the nature of it. So I would suggest we get down, because you said down to this door, there was still, you're swimming, but your head's above water, right?
Yeah, there's a surface that you can swim upon. What the problem that's going to confront you is that to go through the door, for example, you're going to have to swim down. The other problem that you're going to end up dealing with is that although you're going to deal with it less so if this was salt water, there's a buoyancy issue. So those of you who are wearing armor, that's not going to be a problem. You're just going to sink to the bottom, and that's going to be an issue. But for people like Ono, you're going to find yourself, even with a water breathing potion, you're going to find yourself in a position where how do you keep yourself underwater when you're buoyant, right? So maybe you need to pick up some rocks or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we can go up, since we haven't done this yet, we can go up to the northern chambers, find broken stone, metal, whatever. Just make yourself
A diving belt.
a diving belt that will hold you down, so you can walk along the bottom,
Hmm.
even though it
Titus-
will be reduced speed.
Titus, you don't wear armor either, do you?
No,
All right, so you're gonna have a buoyancy problem as well. Vondrum, do you have armor on?
and you're muted.
No, I don't have heavy armor.
Do you have any armor on?
I was just thinking too, I carry a lot of raw materials for alchemy.
Okay.
So
Helpful. I
leather,
mean,
it's
do you have
basically all leather. I'm all leather.
leather. Okay.
Which is gonna do really well in the water, I'm
Well,
sure.
Yeah, well,
not to bring up bad juju from another game, but unless they've done something else with it, every character in this game has coin pouches that are enough to weigh them down.
I've got a breastplate too, and I've got a hammer and a pick.
oh yeah, that should
Alright.
be more than enough.
I
Does
got
any-
For the most part, the equipment should be enough to hold most of us down.
Yeah, weapons too.
Right. And
But
as
like,
far as Andrew is concerned, like I said, he's got a fair sized purse. And since you consider coins to weigh 50,000 pounds each, we should be good.
so we should talk about that a little more because I had some more thoughts on the coin size and weight.
No, we really
question.
shouldn't talk
I'm
about
out
that.
if you're in.
I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm out.
Yeah.
Everybody's bailing out. All right, so yeah, I
we're
think
well weighted, is what I'm
there's-
saying.
there's probably, I think Ono is probably going to be the only one. I mean, he's wearing robes and he doesn't wear, he doesn't have a bunch of weapons and stuff. So he could probably, I mean, get a couple of big rocks that would hold him down. Ono, is that something that you would do, or do you want to try something else? Or
You know what? Does somebody? I mean, what? Oh no, normally wears he wears I suppose linen trousers, loose, and some sort of light robe. You know,
Mhm.
just simple monk garb. Maybe a straw hat, a straw farmer's hat. But what do
But
you have?
he's got a pouch of coin and he spent none of it at the local brothel. So
True fact.
all of it? You meant all of it, not
As far as
none
we
of it.
know.
yeah, he's
Um,
he's weighted down with his blue balls, basically. So
oh man.
I'm not a doctor, but I think that's also additional buoyancy. I'm not sure how that works, but
I don't
like
think that's
having-
how that works.
like having a couple of beach balls tied to your thighs.
I think
Anyways.
I think that makes you sink. But
Um,
like I said, everybody has money.
I think
That's
it's
true.
I
And
can hold-
money, regardless of what we call it as a weight, is still probably weight enough.
yeah,
And
Gold
if
is
you're-
significantly, yeah. If you've got
and
gold
here's-
pieces,
Here's the other thing. Once you use the potions to breathe water, and this is maybe more scientific than magic, if you're breathing water into your lungs, the air in your lungs that would normally make you buoyant is no longer there.
yeah.
that's an excellent
Good.
point. Excellent point.
Good.
Yeah, so that would probably invalidate. Yeah, I think that would probably work. That's a good point.
It's like being back in the womb again. Your lungs are filled with fluid that you're gaining oxygen from due to the magic.
I think Ono will be fine with his belt pouch of coins and 2 lungs full of water.
I'm glad you went with the lungs on that one.
I wasn't sure when he was going there. I was like,
No,
"Is
it's
he saying
when he
it?"
said two, I was like, hey, he's using the blue balls gambit. That's going to be his play. All right. All right. So you guys can avoid buoyancy. So you guys are going to go ahead and drink your potions of water,
Yeah,
water breathing, and then
Yeah.
move into the water down to the south.
Yep.
Is anybody going to do anything before that element? Before you guys do that?
Probably complain a lot.
Okay, probably about the moisture.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
dry heat in this prison.
I'm all
all right.
wet and my underpants are chafing.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, there should be significant chafing.
Yeah.
You guys got some butt paste with you, right?
Boudreaux's the best in the business.
Yep. Well, Vondrum's an alchemist, so she'll be able to.
Come up with
To-
something.
She's gonna come up with some butt paste for you guys. You guys are gonna be good to go. All right. So everybody does that. Go ahead and move your characters to where where you're going or where your character is, and that for you guys up towards the north, you guys want to bring it on south as you drink your potions of breathe, and you move into the area. So, Arendar, Titus, you want me to grab you and bring you down there, or you got it?
I got it.
Okay. All right, Arendar, Ono, you guys move cautiously into this room. And this room is odd. There's an angled hallway that sort of goes in between some some walls that have some odd things on them. It looks like so you see a couple of things. One, so you see a hallway that goes off directly to the east, and you can see there's a small submerged door over here. You can also see the hallway that goes down to the southeast. You don't see anything much of interest as you go down into those areas.
Say here,
So-
okay, there you go.
I have a question. Does water breathing allow you to communicate normally?
Yeah, you can hear. You can speak. It
Okay.
sounds a little like this.
We got someone in the party that's got message. We could do that.
So I'm gonna
Yeah, I got
ask,
that. I can
I'm
do
gonna
that.
ask if they want me to check out the door to the east.
Sure.
Sure, knock yourself out.
So I'll move over here. Oh, I'll move over here.
Okay.
And do the check for traps, et cetera, on this door.
Okay. You can also see as you look to the south that there are a couple of several other doors.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
I saw that when I got here, but this was my target, so I'll check this door.
Okay. The door does not seem to be either trapped or locked.
Those stairs, Les?
They are stairs going downward into the thing.
On
You
my
also
side or
see
Arendar's?
they're going down from your side. So
I'm sorry, go ahead.
the top step is here, and it goes downward into darkness. Yeah, I mean you can't see anything down there, but it sort of heads down in there.
I'll make
hold on.
sure that Wraith knows there's steps on this side.
There's also Poe, which you probably see. There's also a set of steps over to the west, over here.
Oh, I don't see those. No, it's all blacked out.
Yeah.
That's all
Really? Is it?
Yeah, you got a line going across that whole area.
Oh, now I see it if I go down here.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, it's good.
Yeah, so there is there's a little set of steps that go downward that have rocks and stuff, sort of thing. You can't get very far. Can you see the rock fall?
Yeah,
Yep.
it looks like
There's another
stairwell's
rock
collapsed.
fall, and some of it's the stairways collapse, and there's some of the walls, the supporting walls have collapsed on in it. Again, it looks like it would be a huge pain in the ass to try and get to.
So I'm gonna check this next door down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, also not trapped and not locked as far as you can tell.
And I'm gonna check all the doors.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try not to, I'm gonna use Alt, so I try not to screw those up, but
I'm going to go ahead and just give those to you. All these doors seem roughly the same. They do not seem to be trapped. They do not seem to be locked. Titus, give me a perception check when you get a moment.
Okay.
Huh?
I was asking Titus if he's going down the stairs.
I don't know where I'm going. I'm just trying to. Let's see. Perception.
nice.
26 perception. So you're looking down those stairs and you're not sure. You think you see something. And then all of a sudden, boop.
Oh,
Hello. This
hello.
thing reaches out and grabs you, or tries to grab you and pull you down the stairs with it. Hold on. Let's see their grabbiness.
Grabbiness.
Let's
Can I
have
get an
it.
attack of opportunity?
No, you're on the whole other side of the wall. You don't see any of this.
Stairs are on the south side, going down.
Oh, I missed it. I was trying to go down the other way.
All right.
Apologies.
So what is your CMD, my good man?
And I don't see Vondi.
Not high
Here
enough.
now. I'm right here.
Ah, okay.
I thought that the top of the stairs was here. I wasn't.
Nah.
Uh-uh.
No.
CMD is going to be high teens.
I'm trying to find where that is.
Okay.
Actually, mid to high teens, probably closer to mid teens.
Where would I find that? I am in Hero Lab.
Combat maneuver defense and Hero Lab. It's gonna be on. I don't have Hero Lab open, so it's gonna be, it'll be on the in play tab. Do you see that over to the right?
There's play in the middle. Oh, here we go. 15.
15. All right. Here is my attack roll. 18. All right. The creature flows up from below, grabs you, and pulls you down with it.
I'm not happy.
All right. You get pulled here. Can you see where you are? Titus, can you see?
No.
Hold on. I got you.
Go further south.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. So you're
Yep.
grabbed. So this guy's holding you. Hold on. I got this thing here. I brought the arrow.
Now we don't know which direction to go.
It's all screwed up. Everything is a mess. All right. Well, we're keeping the arrow. So you guys are confused as to what's going on. Titus, I'm just gonna move you. We're gonna do this because roll 20 is being a bit of a pill for me tonight. Come on, you big piece of shit.
There you go.
Not you, the arrow.
There we go.
All right, I'm just deleting it and making a new arrow for you guys.
That way we're not confused.
Yeah. So here's your down angle right
I'm-
there.
I'm not promising I'm not still confused.
Okay. So Titus went down the stairs. He got grabbed by something. Now, Titus, you are now in a below room, and there are 3 of these creatures that are now advancing on you. And the creatures look like this.
Lovely.
They've got tridents and weird armor, and they look like creatures from the deep.
Do I know anything about them?
And I don't know. You could do a quick knowledge check, knowledge nature, knowledge knowledge. Yeah, they're definitely not friendly. They look like they're about to stab you. Ono and Arendar, give me a quick perception check.
What is that thing? Jeez. All right. Perception.
Arendar, okay, got an 18. Ono, 26. So Arendar, you saw Titus sort of disappear. Ono, as you were sort of swimming by, you saw this creature sort of swim up, grab Titus, pull him down, and now he's gone. Poe, yeah, you would have seen Titus sort of just like, you would see Titus sort of like wandering around and all of a sudden gone.
Okay.
What's that knowledge check for?
Knowledge nature for the creatures of the deep.
You with a 17? Well, you probably
23.
No, the knowledge is 23.
Yeah,
23?
Perception 17 was the C if I saw it.
Yeah. You saw claws, you saw fins, you saw hands. Your guess is Sahuagin or some sort of lizard man. That's what it looked like. But your guess is probably Sahuagin.
Yeah.
We'll let everybody know that they're basically water lizards with a brain.
All right.
And
It
so we
is-
stop.
It is after 11 o'clock, so we're going to stop here with Titus and Jeopardy. And we will begin at this point next time.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Joe.
Guys, spend the next month thinking about how to rescue me.
On
Put
it.
together some plans.
On it.
Have a nice week.
All right. You guys too. Thanks.
Why
Night.
This was
why-
awesome.
Why would we plan? Our plans never work.
Sure they do. I mean, sometimes they do. I mean, once they did.
Yeah, once. All
Hey,
right,
Les.
guys. Have a good
Right
one.
on. Take care.
Night.
right.
Les, I'm not rushing, but do you know when the emails for A-Team's gonna come out?
Would you say emails like the recap email? No. The transitional emails as soon as possible. I've got I'm actually in the middle of writing yours, so I'm gonna
Okay.
so I mentioned earlier. Hold on, let me do this.
Stop the video.
Yeah.